Lore dump.
Hello, and welcome to Lore Dump. This is the show where we take someone who hasn't experienced a game or game franchise and walk them through the full story. We have made it. We've done it.
We're here!
Phase 1, baby!
Woo!
This is part 8 of us covering Kingdom Hearts. What initially was supposed to be a 2-day entire recording session has turned into 3 weeks.
One video. Singular video.
This is part 8, and we are finally covering Kingdom Hearts 3. The final game in Kingdom Hearts ever. We are now...
Phase 1.
Yeah, okay.
Phase 1.
We've done it. So, before we kick off, a couple of things. Chase.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the listeners, I understand there is DLC, which came out.
Yeah.
We are not covering the DLC.
We are not. Technically, the DLC is considered to be Phase 2.
Okay.
And really... you need to know Union Cross before you go into the DLC.
Okay.
So when one day down the road, and we'll get to this, we cover Union Cross.
If our listening audience can take any more.
Yeah, if they want it.
At that point, we will do the DLC. So
Yes. So before we do Kingdom Hearts 3, before you kick us off, Chase,
yeah.
I want to turn to Neil.
Hey, Neil.
Alright.
And I want to ask you what your predictions are for Kingdom Hearts 3, because I have played Kingdom Hearts 3. Is probably the one I think... I thought I knew Kingdom Hearts 1 best. I think I know Kingdom Hearts 3 best, but actually the more I think about it, I remember how the final third of that game made me feel, and I have, like, flashes of memories of, like, cool shit that happens. But that's kind of it. So, yeah, what are your predictions, Neil?
Oh boy. I'd like to preface this by saying that my dreams of late have been haunted by Kingdom Hearts. I have been having Kingdom Hearts dreams, like, fairly regularly. This has clearly taken up a lot of space in my brain. I think predictions are interesting because I've learned over the course of these games there's no point trying to guess a lot of it because it would be something so much stranger than I could have imagined. Okay, predictions. Alright, we're going to have the clash between light and dark. The Keyblade, the Cheyblade will be created. We'll see Sora wielding the one true Keyblade.
The Elder Keyblade.
Maybe, oh man, predictions. I don't know, it'll be cool to see some Roxas action, some Roxas, Ven and Sora together action maybe. I think we're surely due a death or a banishment. We're due
like a real death that doesn't...
surely it's the end of Phase 1. We're due either Sora or Riku. I reckon.
Interesting.
Other than that, I've just learned to just put all my expectations to one side and let it roll over me like a wave of darkness. Let our hearts be our guiding keys. Let's do this. I have noticed we've got the sort of title card for this PowerPoint up on screen with all of our main characters from our 3 trios, etc. And there are 13 of them, if I'm counting right.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 of them, including Namine, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
And I know we need 7. But that just seems like a really interesting number.
But we need 13 darknesses. Are they all really dark?
No.
Spooky. So, Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's time.
We, of course, get our lovely... I think we've shown you the opening of Kingdom Hearts 3.
You have. It's fantastic. For anyone that's not seen it, it really succinctly sort of runs through... in a really lovely artistic way, all the events of the main previous games.
Very fun. Very weird that they thought Skrillex was the right choice. Not because I think Skrillex is bad, but because it was like, years past Skrillex's prime. They kind of dragged him out of retirement, and I don't understand it, but it's a good opening. So we open on birds and an ocean. The birds, they're seagulls flying over an ocean, flying past and revealing a great city comprised of mountain islands, towering with white buildings, windmills, I forget to call it.
Cable cars.
Cable
like,
cars. Yeah. And at the center, this massive, large clock tower thing, because we need clock towery type things.
That's up there with castles we've seen. That's one of the better ones.
Yeah, this looks a wee bit like the castle from Birth by Sleep with all the weird chains and shit. I take it's not the same location.
It is not.
Right.
It is not. This is, for the sake of, I don't think I put this, this is called Scala ad Caelum, or the Stairway to Heaven, if you know your Latin. Or the Stairway to the Sky. Heaven, Sky, something like that. Something, I don't know Latin.
Yeah, because the Stairway to Heaven implies that there's like a Judeo-Christian god in the world of Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Well, I mean, it's Mickey. It's Mickey. But, or the Master of Master. I don't know. But this is Scala ad Caelum. As far as we need to know now, it's essentially a training ground for Keyblade wielders. So we zoom into a window where we see a boy is playing another boy in chess. The young Xehanort and Ericus.
That's not a chessboard. That's not how chess works. Some of those platforms are raised. It's diagonal.
I sent this to Monty a few weeks back because I wanted it. Is they sell this chessboard and chess pieces on the Square Enix gift shop website. It's like £500. Because I'm pretty sure it is straight up made of like marble and like silver and shit. But they call it Kingdom Hearts chess-like game.
Are there rules?
No, they very specifically put, this is not a game. There are no rules in like the product description.
It is not possible to play chess on this chessboard.
But it looks very cool, and I'm still kind of tempted to buy it because it looks very cool.
Sure, man.
But so they're playing this game, and Xehanort asks Ericus if he is familiar with the Great Keyblade War, his favorite topic.
Ericus keeps asking, why are you always playing as the dark side in this game?
So this is them as children, while they're still training to be Keyblade wielders.
So this isn't young Xehanort who has time traveled yet. He's just...
So it is.
Right.
Remember that...
But he doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember. So this is shortly after he has left Destiny Islands and he's now in Scala.
Cool. Hey, you ever Norted a boy? What?
Have I what?
What does that mean?
Snort the Nort, Ericus.
I will say, he looks younger here than he did in prior games, but I don't know.
Leave it.
Yeah.
So Xehanort asks, he kind of contemplates what the ancient Keyblade wielders intended to actually do with Kingdom Hearts once they had it.
Right.
You know, like, oh, they made it appear. What do we do now? What is this for?
I mean, it's a good question. Well, I've been asking since day one.
What is Kingdom Hearts? But he continues on asking Ericus if he knows of the Lost Masters who started the Keyblade War. It's very quickly evident why I made you go through back cover. Back cover things come up a lot.
Right, cool. Because the old masters, that's the foretellers, isn't it?
The foretellers, yeah.
Cool.
And of course, we also know that, things like No Name, which was already in the series, gets its origins. So you need to know. So he asks him if he knows the Lost Masters who started the Keyblade War, or for whom the Keyblade War may have started. He looks up at the mantle above the fireplace in the room, where above is mounted a very familiar looking Keyblade, the No Name.
It's just mounted up there.
Yeah, it's just mounted on top of a fireplace.
And they have Keyblades by this point, these two, or are they running around with like wooden Keyblades?
Unclear.
I guess it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't really matter.
Cool, that's fine.
They either have training Keyblades or wooden Keyblades, or No Name itself is on the mantelpiece, just kind of watching.
Cool.
So he mentions how the gazing eye sees the fate of the world, and that the future is fixed. Referring, of course, to the last page of the Book of Prophecies that said that darkness would prevail.
They know this, then. They know that the Book of Prophecies exists. They know that No Name is looking down to write the book.
So, I don't know if they know specifically of the Book of Prophecies, but presumably this is like Keyblade legends that have been passed down through generations of Keyblade.
Why do you think they put it in our room, Ericus? It's not ominous.
What are you gonna do, Xehanort? What are you gonna do?
So, presumably this is just legends that have been kind of passed down from Keyblade wielder to Keyblade wielder, and they've probably gotten a bit diluted over time and stuff. Or diluted. So, Ericus isn't so sure, though, about the whole darkness will prevail, saying how he doesn't think that the future is fixed. And that he thinks, light might prevail. After all, who's to say that Ericus can't change it? He's a hip, cool boy. I don't have a picture of his face here. He's very hip and young and cool.
Cool.
Very weirdly not like his older self.
Smash cut to Xehanort killing Ericus. Maybe I'll save the day one day.
Well, it was Terra that killed him, wasn't it?
No, it was Xehanort.
No,
Wasn't
it
it?
was-
No,
it was Terra.
was it Terra? Sorry, my bad.
So unlike darkness, Ericus goes on, light has more to it than meets the eye. Xehanort responds saying he sure hopes so as the camera fades on their two kings at the center of the board. One dark and one light.
Well, someone's about to win.
I don't know, do you know the rules?
I feel like they're both in checkmate there. Coming to the present, in Yensid's tower, we get, of course, the exact same closing scene of Fragmentary Passage, where Yensid's like, you lost all your power, you little shit. Go to Hercules to learn how to regain it. Especially that power of waking.
Hercules is like, I don't know what the fucking power awaken
Punch
is.
a lion. I don't know. What's a keyblade?
Have I met you before? Do I remember? What phase are we in here of my rewindings?
Where is he?
In the gummy ship, they chat about they have no clue how to get there. The world highways are closed again. There's no pathways between the world. They're sitting in the gummy ship and they're like, where go? Yensid didn't give GPS. I don't know how to get there.
Fucking Yensid, again. Just... Does he tell him it's Hercules? I bet he's like,
No.
go find someone. Oh, mate.
I hate him so
He's like,
much.
go find the person who lost their strength and regained it. And then Sora sits there in the background making, like, muscle arms to himself.
Jesus. I'm more annoyed at the writing here that once again our pathways between worlds have been closed.
Yeah, that's annoying.
How many different ways do we need to travel between worlds? Just get the bikes. Just get the bikes from the previous games.
No, that's closed.
Oh, that's closed too.
That's-
Sorry,
everyone's
sorry, my bad.
It's great how he does it in this game. We'll get there. So they're like, we don't know how to go. And Goofy's like, well, Sora, didn't Yensid tell you to let your heart be your guiding key? And Sora's like,
Fuck off, Goofy.
what? They're both sat there like, the fuck are you on about? And Goofy's like, well, in every single game, he said that kind of quiet before we left.
Oh, has he really?
He's always been saying that, so maybe we should do that.
Goofy is the smartest character of the trio.
Yeah.
Oh, he literally is.
He's the only one that pays attention.
He's straight. He's the common sense of the trio.
Like accidentally.
The bar's just that low with the other two.
I mean,
Sora's still doing Hercules arms. Donald's drooling, looking at his key.
so
Very quickly, my prediction is that Donald Duck gets a fucking Keyblade in this episode. This game. If he,
in the season finale of
if Donald Duck doesn't get a fucking key, I riot.
So Sora's like, let my heart be my guiding key. Well, alrighty, and he pulls out his Keyblade and just yeets a portal into the air.
Sure, man. Okay.
He lets his heart be his guiding key. It's just like Keyblade portal, woo! And then yeah.
Great.
Did we fly through it with the gummy ship?
Yeah. And then, as they fly through it, world sooks in, and we get our title screen, Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
Get fucked.
You thought we were playing Kingdom Hearts 3? Did you want some Kingdom Hearts 3? Well, no Kingdom Hearts 3 for you. You can't have your Kingdom Hearts 3 until you've finished your veggies.
You asked me to make predictions. I am so done.
Did you not predict this?
You didn't predict that this whole time we weren't actually playing Kingdom Hearts 3? We've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2.9 the whole time?
Neil, I'm going to need you to book next Saturday off. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. Deep breaths.
Get fucking wrecked, man. So, honestly, most of the plot in Olympus does not matter. I will say, it's Olympus this time. It's not Olympus Coliseum, it's Olympus itself. And also Thebes is here. Okay. So apparently the world is the entirety of Greece. It's not just the confines of the underworld and the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Greece exists.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah. But not in the same world as, like, the Caribbean.
So, I was going to say simultaneously, yeah. We've been over, this is old news to us. We're fine with this, yeah. We get it.
So they arrive, very pretty world. You can run up walls in this game.
Oh.
Just run up the side of walls for reasons. They arrive. Hades has a new plan to defeat Herc.
Sure.
And this time it's just the movie plot. He has the Titans, and he's like, Titans are going to destroy Thebes and Mount Olympus.
It's that way.
Good shit. After a run-in with the trio, in which he blasts them off the mountain there, because they arrived at the mountain, and they're like, "Where's the Colosseum?" And Donald's like, "You fuck! Didn't you let your heart be your guiding key? Why are we not at the Colosseum?" And Sora's like, "Oh no, we'll find it. We're just gonna let our heart keep guiding us." So they find Hades coincidentally on the mountain that just happens to be Mount Olympus, right. And he just yeets them off, and away. Before Hades gets another surprise visitor, Pete and Maleficent are back.
Yay!
Sora, Xehanort's trying to take over the world, but first deal with Pete and Maleficent.
But Hades is like, no, I don't want none of yo fucking Heartless. I got Titans. They're like bigger than the Skittery boys, so they probably hit harder. And Maleficent's like, no, don't worry. Fuck you. I don't care about you. I just want a black box. A distinctive black box. Interesting. What black box does she want? And Hades is like, oh, well, there was this one that, Zeus hid on Earth, so go get that one, I guess.
Does Zeus do that in Hercules?
Zeus hid a box on Earth.
No, he didn't.
Go do it.
That's not part of the Disney plot. That's something new.
This is the black box that we've seen thingy.
Yeah, this is back cover black box with the
Zeus hit a box on Earth.
Yeah.
Go get it.
It's got Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head in it.
The trio lands on in Thebes, perfectly into the arms of Hercules, who sees them falling, jumps up into the sky and grabs them.
I'm sorry, how beautiful is this game? I know it's just screenshots, right? But just looking at Hercules and shit, it is such a pretty fucking game.
It looks like a straight up Pixar game.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
I'm here for it.
They look a bit plastic, but in like a good way. In a they're Disney toys kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Thebes is on fire. Obviously, the Titans have been destroying it. And you run around to help the people out of burning Thebes. Run into Pete and Maleficent so that they can tell Sora the box is a thing, and then run away. Like, you literally pop up and they're like, "We want a box. Goodbye."
Sure, man.
And Sora's like, "A box." Before we ultimately run into our favorite orgy, Zigbar. What are those lips in this screenshot I'm taking?
It's like anime boy human lips.
All this altruism has given me the warm and fuzzies.
Oh, I've missed you.
The best one. He goes on about how no good will come from putting other people first, and how, yes, hearts are powerful when connected, but putting too much of that power in one place is just going to end up breaking some of those hearts. Gasp. Despite that, he does encourage Sora to find the hearts joined to him and keep growing his power. And he walks away, saying he has no choice but to follow that path. And at the end, he might just find what destiny has in store for him.
Wait a sec, Chase. So obviously, Zigbar's rocked up and he's basically like, Sora, keep doing what you're doing, get you 7, and we've got our 13, and we're going to have a big fight. You just get strong enough for the fight to be good. Yeah. But how much of this does Sora know? Wasn't he comatose for, like, Xehanort's big plan because he was getting Norted?
I mean, assumedly, hopefully.
Okay.
If Yen Sid probably didn't tell him, Riku probably did.
Has Sora acknowledged, like, at any point that he knows what the fucking deal is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's the whole point of why he gets sent off, is because he knows that they need to find the 7.
Cool. No problem.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I also love that Zigbar has white hair now because he's obviously a bit Norted and he's got the pointy ears.
Yeah,
now that I know what to look for, I'm here for it.
He says that keep going and maybe you'll find what destiny has in store for you. In fact, your reward might be around the corner. Gasp. He walks off, leading Sora to wonder what the fuck he's on about, as we do with every organization member. But Sora continues to help Herc save Olympus, kill the Titans, free the gods, movie shit, whatever, and then leaves Olympus.
The boss fight is fucking sick.
It's okay.
It's fucking sick. Neil, it is. I love this, right? I love Olympus in this game. It's so good.
Yeah.
One day you two will agree on a boss fight.
It's the final fight of the movie Hercules, where Zeus is like in the mold rock volcano thing, and you have to fight all the Titans at once.
Okay. Cool.
Well, no, you have to fight the rock one first. But yeah, no, it's fucking cool, man. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
It's cinematic. The fight
it.
itself is boring. You fight one of them on a train because in this game, they decided to add attractions, which are literally like amusement park rides that Sora can summon out of thin air. So you have Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh,
you have a carousel. You have one of those swinging pirate ships. And they're just you have the spinning teacups from Disney World.
Lazy River, the Hall of Presidents.
They are widely considered to be the worst part of the combat in the game, and in the DLC you can turn them off. Thank fuck.
Because
they're horrible.
I don't hate them. I'm not going to argue that they're good. I don't hate them because they are so fucking OP. Like,
no, but that's the point.
Yeah, it takes a lot of the challenge out of it. But as somebody who doesn't
How
particularly...
confusing would it be to have the Pirates of the Caribbean one? I mean, that would just...
They just kill everything.
do.
And you get them so often. It's like you get them every minute.
Yeah, though they pop up all the time. But anyway, sorry.
It's horrid. Hate it. He leaves Olympus saying how he's gonna Sora's gonna find his strength the way that Herc found his, by finding someone to fight for with all his heart.
He's already got them.
So I guess that, Kyrie and the others just don't matter.
Yeah,
he has to find somebody new.
He's already got them. We already did the My
no,
Power is My Friends.
Clearly, I mean, they don't matter. He needs to find somebody new. Clearly, they're not good enough for his heart.
The guy's just a greedy cunt, isn't he? Like, I already have 2 best friends and Donald and Goofy, but I need more friendship. Give Sora friends. Sora must feed.
Before we leave, though, we're treated to Pete digging in the ground in Thebes. He asks Maleficent if she thinks the box with the Book of Prophecies is real. Confirmation. And she's saying how she must find the Book of Prophecies and make it her own. To rule the world, as is her typical plot, because she clearly...
Why would it help her rule the world? Because it's already set. Everything in the Book of Prophecies is set. It's all going to happen the way it happens. You can't change time.
Maybe she doesn't believe in predeterminate fate.
Oh, fair enough.
Sure, man.
Strong stance.
That's a strong stance, yeah.
Good
for you, Maleficent.
And she says that his is the only clue they have and how they can't afford to dismiss it.
Oh.
Who is his? Don't know.
Mate, see if Maleficent is the one... We were talking back cover about how satisfying it's going to be when somebody finally usurps the destiny and the prophecy and changes it. See if it's fucking Pete and Maleficent that does that. I'll kick off.
Pete does find something on the ground. It's a box, showing to Maleficent and saying that this has got to be the Pandora's box Hades mentioned.
Oh.
You're right, it wasn't in the movies. It was in Greek mythology just in general that Zeus hid Pandora's box.
For fuck's sake. Sure.
And Maleficent's like, wrong fucking box. We leaving. We out. As they walk
I hope they
away.
rebury it. That's really dangerous.
How many fucking black boxes? Like, look, you can go to any conceivable world and there will be something reminiscent of a black box there. She could go
It's very funny because that's the plot of like half the Disney worlds in this game is there's something that looks like a black box.
Like, she just goes to fucking, I don't know, in the Incredibles world, finds a crashed plane, and she's like, there's gotta be a black box in this. Like, it could be anything. Like, fuck me. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
As they walk away, we see that above them, looking down, is Zigbar. With a flat expression, he begins to say, "May your heart," before the screen cuts to black.
Oh.
Shift over. We're in the realm of darkness now.
How do we get there? How do we get there?
How did we get there?
How did we get there? It wasn't Sora.
Riku can't do it anymore. Was it Axel?
Sora.
So
Was it Axel? Did he make a wee portal and push him through?
no. It was Mickey, because remember Mickey had the Keyblade of Darkness, and you can open a thing with the power of waking.
Why didn't...
Okay, Chase.
Yeah, what's up?
Chase. So the entire time Mickey's been able to dip in and out of the realm of darkness
Seemingly, yes.
as he sees fit.
Seemingly.
Why the fuck?
Go back and get Aqua?
That's a great question.
Yes. Why the fuck did he not go back and get
That's
Aqua?
a fantastic question. This is the first time we see Riku and Mickey in this game.
Are they here to at least get Aqua?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're
That's their plot. They are here to get Aqua.
They just waited, 20 years basically to do it.
Something like that.
Swear to God, I hope she kicks their fucking ass.
Yeah. Mickey, I understand you couldn't come back and get me. I forgive you. Well, funny story.
So they're chatting about how much Riku has grown with regards to the darkness, saying how even though he's been here before, it feels like a whole different place to him. He's not scared of the darkness anymore. He's a grown-up now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he's lost the power for dark portals. I'm beginning to come around a little bit on the darkness is okay thing now that I'm like, we just want to get back to the fucking dark realm and Riku can't do it now, and it's really annoying that he can't. But yeah.
They follow the feeling of Aqua's heart as Mickey did the first time he was here, but as they get deeper, Mickey's mentioning how that feeling is continuing to grow hazier until they finally arrive at the Dark Meridian. He notes, and when they get to the Dark Meridian, he notes that he can't feel her at all anymore. Which sounds to me like they're walking in the wrong direction. That sounds like, you're meant to go to the hot signals, not the cold signals, but, you do you, Mickey.
Presumably that's because her heart is, rotted away, like we saw it was starting to do.
Either that or it's too deep in darkness to be caught, similar to Sora's in the other game. Riku mentions how when he was last year with Sora, they were able to find their way out, following the light of their friends back to the realm of light. In hopes that the same has happened for Aqua. Like, they're hoping that she's not even here. They're checking, but they hope she's not here. But Mickey's like, she's fallen even deeper into darkness than Sora and Riku had at the end of KH2, and that they aren't equipped to dive that deep right now.
Is there a core which has been established so far? He's diving deeper. Is there it's layers in a sense, right? Do we know if there's a final layer that you can get to? Has that been confirmed anywhere?
So before they can retreat, they're attacked by Heartless, which there's your demon tower. I think I had a picture of the demon tower in the last game.
Very
Love
good.
it.
It is literally just a penis of Heartless.
Damn it, Chase.
Nomura.
It swallows Riku, attempting to drag him into the darkness. Fucking attempting, because Lord knows that boy cannot be touched by darkness anymore. Yeah. In the darkness, Riku hears a voice saying it didn't expect to ever see him again. He's like, who are you?
Is it fucking Ansem? Is it Ansem?
And it begins to answer, but Riku's drowns in the darkness before getting ripped out and saved by Mickey. Mickey says that he has driven the Heartless off, and they're all right because of the protective gear, but Mickey gestures over to Riku's Keyblade, which we see has now been shattered in half.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, Riku's Keyblade's fucking broke.
That's his cool one, too.
Yeah, it's broken in half, man. They decide to retreat to Jensen's tower, vowing that they'll be back quickly to save Aqua. But they need new Keyblades because Mickey's is also a bit fucked. It's not shattered, but it's broken. Strong Keyblade. I mean, strong Heartless.
Was that in the Book of Prophecies?
Maybe, I don't know. Can you see No Name?
As we established, it was an absolute 1 in a million shot miracle that Riku was given a Keyblade that, bear in mind, had been used by someone else in the past that just so happened to look exactly like his sword, with also the Batwing, with also the angel wings when he turned to the light. He's never going to find another one of those, is he? There's no chance in hell. There's no chance in hell there's another Keyblade that will look sort of thematically relevant to Riku. Anyway, sorry, continue.
So Riku drives the broken Keyblade into the ground, saying that he can't use it anymore, and he'll leave it there for the other him. Back at the tower.
What does that mean? What?
Back at the mysterious tower.
Well, fucking replica. Wait, no. So he popped up for a second back in Dream Drop Distance, right?
They all did, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't actually wasn't really replica. That was a phantom of him.
No, it was. But they all went back. They all went back to their respective times after that, didn't they?
Cool.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is he giving replica? And why the fuck is he giving replica?
Who said he's giving it to Replica?
Okay.
So Sora arrives back at Jensen's tower, and Jensen's like, "Bitch, why you back here? Where's your power awaken? You went there. Where is it?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, Master Daddy Jensen. I'm sorry." Mickey and Riku arrives shortly after, saying how similarly to how Riku was able to find and pull Sora out of deep darkness during their Mark of Mastery exam, if they can find someone really close to Aqua, they might be able to pull her out of the darkness. Sadly, that is probably only Terra and Ventus, and they're both gone, so fuck. Also, Ericus is dead, so who are we gonna get?
Well, Kyrie.
But it's like you need to be like really close to, like, Kyrie met Aqua once.
Okay.
It's not the same as like being really close to intent.
Mickey. They've been on 2 big adventures together now.
Yeah. Through the realms of darkness.
But they're
as well.
not
Yeah, that would
They're
bring
not-
you. I think that would bond
but-
you for life a little bit.
tight friends in the same way that like Sora and Riku are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Fine.
yeah,
Sure,
okay.
man. Yeah.
You know, like the Wayfinder trio are like tight friends, whereas, you know, that's a pal, but you know.
I hate that. Like I was always happy with the friendship is magic rules, but the problem is now that the rules are getting more rules, which are it's like, oh, you're tight, but you're not that tight. There's a certain number you need to hit. The
Yeah.
levels aren't correct.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Anyway, let's keep going.
Sora, of course, being Sora, is like, I'll save her. But he doesn't know why.
He doesn't like you, Sora.
See, Sora doesn't actually know why he said that though. It kind of just seems to have popped out.
Oh.
Yen Sid, fucking is like, Sora, go learn your fucking Deus Ex Machina of waking. Go out there, just go do it. And Riku and Mickey, go retrace Aqua's steps through the other worlds, see if she had a strong connection with anybody else. Who knows? Maybe
So
there's somebody.
the first step of Yensid's plan with him was to cryptically send him to Hercules for Hercules to say, "Go and find someone you care about."
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jensen could have told him that.
Well, no. Talking about him little
Hercules
tiny-
doesn't even tell him that. He's just like, oh, well, I regained my power because I needed to save Meg, and I love Meg. And so Sora extrapolates on that, like, oh, so I need to find somebody that I care enough about to want to be strong for them. Which clearly isn't Kyrie, apparently.
It's everyone. He's trying to save the world. Yensid, you keep talking about we're on a tight fucking time schedule here. Can we just tell him what he needs to
Teach
do?
it in the time cube.
Legit. Also,
Okay, so the whole defining characteristic of Sora is that he cares about everybody and loves everybody equally, right? It's the idea is like all my friends are equal good to me.
Yeah, he meets from that game you like.
Oh, Neku from World Ends With You.
Oh, and he's like, we're friends now. And he's what?
so like,
Surely, the concept of saving the world would be enough to Sora because of his strong empathic powers. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah.
To be fair,
You're wrong.
what he learned from Hercules' world, it's not like the actual, like, this is how you get the power of waking. It's like a thematic, like, be strong for your friends. Like,
I must admit, I'm still quite confused after Dream Drop Distance as to how Riku unlocked the power of waking. Just because he beat the darkness inside him for the 50th time.
no, because he got used to waking up worlds.
That was it.
Yeah, just kind of got used to it.
Waking up world.
Oh, it's just like fucking do like a bench press or something and getting stronger. That's literally all it is. Like you train into it.
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Are there any worlds that need waking?
Sora's just a bit dumb.
Yeah, can we not just get him to do the test again?
What worlds are asleep now?
Oh, there were only 7, weren't there? Sorry, yeah, okay, cool.
There are no potholes.
We have airtight locked this.
The thing is, it's not like we're trying. You know what I mean? We're not looking for these everywhere. It's just that they keep coming up.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I've just remembered we're not even on Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. Please continue. Please,
Right, yeah,
God.
So Mickey's like, well, I want to go, but my Keyblade was damaged and Riku's broke, so we need new Keyblades, pretty please. And Yensid's like, fuck's sake, okay, go meet with Kyrie and Lee, speak with Merlin. Merlin can give you some new clothes, I guess, and new Keyblades. Sure, go.
Merlin's just handing out the Keyblades now.
It would seem so, yeah. it would seem so.
Cool.
Magic wielders in Kingdom Hearts are weirdly like powerful and like tertiarily connected to the Keyblade wielders, but aren't Keyblade wielders themselves. It feels like a different faction is like these magic wielders.
Feels like they could be doing a lot more as well with
Probably.
that. It's like the Gandalf thing, you know. Feels like
Probably.
you could be using some magic here practically.
Probably.
Love you, Gandalf.
So Sora moans about it a bit. And they get some new clothes. Look at that Keyblade. That is my favorite Keyblade in the series.
That's a cloud sword almost.
It's a car key.
It's a car key.
It's a car key.
I'm looking closer. Why the fuck is it a car key?
It's a car key!
Why?
I don't know, but I love it!
Why would they have made a car key 1,000s of years ago?
Everybody else has these, like, mortar keys.
Yeah, because it's
like,
from thousands of
classic-
years ago. Why would there have been a
classic
car?
And then he comes in here with the fucking modern-ass car key.
Yeah, I know we're joking about car key, right? His isn't a key. I know it's a keyblade, I guess, right?
It is
but
a key, though.
but it's not though, is
It's a
it?
modern key.
It's a big
Why?
it's
It
a
was
big
made
sword.
Thousands of years ago. Why is it a modern key?
Who knows, man?
Like at least the keyblades kind of look like axes. This is just a big sword. Like the relevance. If you showed me that as the first ever keyblade, and you were like, so then Sora gets a keyblade and it looked like that, I'd be like, that's not a key.
Sora's shoes are starting to look,
Almost
I mean, like regular clown shoes as opposed to like large boats.
I was saying this to Monty earlier, is that the outfits have gotten to a point where if I saw somebody wearing this out on the street, I think they were a bit fashion snobbish, but I wouldn't feel like they were,
Might not look
cosplaying.
nice, yeah.
They look almost like normal outfits now.
I mean, again, Riku coming through with a strong pair of boots.
I really want those boots. They're a very nice pair of boots.
I again really appreciate the plaid on both the checkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am slightly perturbed by the fact that Sora's wearing shoes which don't go with his outfit.
Yeah, you're right. The yellow,
The yellow
is
just
yeah.
clashes.
He's got yellow on his key and his bracelet though. To be fair,
Yeah.
look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us. I'm sitting here in a grey hoodie in yesterday's jeans.
With a bar t-shirt on.
So Sora moans about why doesn't he get any new clothes, and Jensen's like, fuck's sake, here you go. Also, have a charm. This will make your gift for connecting with others stronger, I guess. Good on you. And as they leave, Jensen's like, may your heart be your guiding key, by the way, do that.
thing we always say.
I've been saying that every time. And Goofy gets the others down. He's like, see, I fucking told you guys. He's always been saying this.
Goofy's a
Sora,
fucking
who said
Ryan.
it? Sora, I feel so sorry for Sora. Obviously, this is a retcon where we're just supposed to assume it's the case. But Sora, who's had to have all his memories brought back to him and everything, he's probably so confused by all this. Going, did we? All right, I guess we did then.
It's definitely my biggest issue, I think, right? And I don't want to derail this, I'll make this brief, but I think after listening to it all, I think I realize now why people talk about how convoluted Kingdom Hearts is. Because you've made this relatively digestible as it can be. However, the problem is that it lacks quite a bit of foundation, I think. You think you understand something, rugs pulled out underneath you. Okay, fine, I've now understood the new situation, rugs pulled out underneath you. And whether that's planned or retcons or not, that's kind of the issue. Every game recontextualizes something, and then that recontextualization is recontextualized again and again and again. So at the end, it's where's my foundation that I can keep coming back to? Well, friendship is magic, I guess. That's a foundation, right? We can keep coming back to that. But even that's got rules now.
rules. Yeah.
So
Anyway, sorry, continue.
back in the gummy ship and absolutely dripped out now, we find out that Chippendale slipped him a cell phone.
Sure.
There's cell phones in this game now. But it's a gummy phone.
So what the hell happened to Jiminy Cricket?
Oh, he's still about.
What, you've sort of negated the need for him, though, with this device.
100%. He's about, but...
Jiminy's like, I'm out of a job.
Yeah.
You were terrible at your job, to be fair.
And literally, the organization members that have recompleted, literally, every loading screen is, tweets and Instagram posts with, hashtags may your heart be your guiding key, and, Keyblade darkness hearts.
I love that.
And you get a bunch where it's literally just the organization shit posting.
Well, it's a picture Zigbar doing a selfie, and it's hashtag fuck Sora.
Straight up almost. It's really funny. It's really funny. But anyway,
Amazing.
So he gets a call from Ienzo. And, of course, Sora didn't know that anybody had recompleted at this point.
He's
Zexion.
Zexion. I was going to call him Sexion. Sorry, Zexion.
Who is
I retracted
Ienzo.
that.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. He's of age now.
No, that was obviously an issue.
was never
I'd like
the
to...
problem.
No. I'd just like to clarify. Someone being a child is obviously an issue, but I was referring to finding out that the adult version had been experimenting on children.
Oh, yeah.
Was the other reason why I retracted the name
I
Sexion.
forgot about that.
Yeah, well, you do, don't you?
But yeah, so What was I saying? He's like, so Sora's like, what the fuck? Why are you here? And he's like, oh, you saved us. We're good guys again now. Yeah. And Sora's like, okay, I guess. And he's like, well, remember that data of Ansem's that Riku found locked in your head? I've been deciphering it. I've been doing that for you. You're welcome.
Wait, what data?
Remember how at the end of Dream Drop Distance, Riku dove into Sora's brain and he found Ansem chilling in there?
Yes. Yeah.
Because Ansem had stuck himself into Sora's brain when they were completing the mode. Better than his typewriter.
Yeah. And it's paying off.
Yeah.
So Ansem like, I'm deciphering it, and also we're good guys. Sorry, we didn't know that Xehanort had deceived us. He definitely was deceiving us the whole time we were working on children. Definitely. But we know that there's more friends we want to bring back, and we're working to bring friends back. And he's like, Sora, your heart doesn't belong to you. And Doobie's like, what? And Sora's like, well, we learned this like for the past 4 games. We knew this.
Yeah.
This isn't news. What the fuck are you on about, Dooble?
He's just catching up.
However, it probably isn't who you think it is, because he's like, it's Roxas! Roxas's heart is inside my heart.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. Sora at least catching on. He knows who Roxas is. Yeah.
Just like, Naminé is apparently inside Kyrie's, which I've written that ain't how nobody's work, but all right, my dude. But like, that is how nobody's work. We learned that in Dream Drop Distance.
The memory of Shion
is presumably inside his Roxas heart.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ansem the Wise is in there too, and Ven's in there as well.
Yeah. So he doesn't know Ven's in there right now.
No, of course not.
No. So Sora's like, well, I'm gonna let Roxas's heart be my guiding key, since that's in my heart, so it's kind of like letting my heart be my guiding key, but I'll let Roxas's. Sure. And he lets go on to the next world. So Sora pulls out his Keyblade to make another portal, and we finally get Kingdom Hearts 3 title screen! We made it! Sora has let Roxas's heart be his guiding key. Do we want to guess where we're going?
Are we going to the castle?
Agrabah.
We are letting Roxas's heart.
Oh, we're going to Twilight Town.
We're in Twilight Town.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Disney World. Right to the top of the clock tower.
That wasn't a trick question.
You've got us so on edge. We don't know what to expect.
Agrabah's not in this game. Woo! You're welcome. And I have no clue what castle you were on about. There are so many castles in this series.
I meant the Castle Oblivion. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. I guess that could have. Yeah. Well, anyway, so as they're walking into town, they're thinking back on. Remember when they saw Pete and Maleficent for 2-3 seconds, and they're like, "What black box were they on about?" Also, should we have maybe mentioned that to Yen Sid?
Yeah.
It's probably fine. Pete's, not. It's probably nothing,
Yeah, probably don't need to worry about it.
It's just Pete. Fully oblivious to the fact that Jensen probably knows what that box is, and it would have broken his mind to know that people are looking for it.
I mean, sure.
But yeah. So being back in Twilight Town, it's giving Sora a nostalgic, homey feeling.
It's not like Jensen would have done anything anyway, so.
Because of course we know that Sora has now at this point merged with Roxas's memories, so he's now kind of feeling nostalgic being home in Twilight Town. And he's like, well, if Roxas is feeling something, we must be in the right place. And we get a black screen very briefly, and we hear a voice go, do you seek our liege? Before they are attacked by some nobodies, which look very nice in the new engine. Also, you can see their faces a lot better under their zipper hoods.
Look at their zip mouths.
They're like gimp suits.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they really do look very sort of sexual. Like, they do look, it does.
Especially with like the massive dongs and the boobs. Like,
yeah, it's a look.
It is a look.
Can I just, sorry, before we continue?
Yeah.
We sort of skipped over the fact we've done 2.9. Was that just the prologue in-game to 3? Is that what happens when you boot up 3?
That is what happens. It's essentially just the tutorial.
Okay, cool.
I had so many comments when I was talking about 3's opening, right?
Yeah.
Because you cut beautifully. You cut the dive into heart which I'm so thankful for because that's a load of shite in that game. But
As much as I love it, it does not matter in this game.
3 opens with another dive into heart, like
Yeah, it
they all
does.
do. But and you fight a white dark side for whatever reason, but that's
You fight a clear dark side,
sure, man.
which I probably should have brought that up, and I'm glad you did because that actually is kind of relevant later. But
Okay. Well, yeah, it's nostalgia bait. A lot of the opening is nostalgia bait. I stand, and I might be proven wrong when you remind me of shit. But like,
I don't disagree. I just disagree that that's a bad thing.
Sure, man. But anyway, and sorry, so the question was...
Like, I think that everything culminatory needs to be nostalgia bait.
fair. That's fair. I got a lot of comments on the Kingdom Hearts 3 first 10 minutes video about how the 2.9 thing is a purposeful joke by Nomura to acknowledge the silliness in the past.
Oh, it was.
Right, you say that. Is there proof? Has Nomura been like, lol, one of my favorite things is like the joke that we put in? Or is it Nomura fucking with people as usual?
Oh, no. It was him fucking, but it was like jokingly fucking.
Okay,
And he has said this in an interview.
Okay, cool. That was my question, yeah.
he
Because
has
there's
said
no
this in an
precedence
interview.
for him being that self-aware so far, I would say.
there is. If you look at the Ultimanias and if you look at the interviews, he's very self-aware.
Okay.
Why haven't you looked at the Ultimanias,
I
Monty?
know. Why haven't you looked at the old? Do we need an Ultimania lore dump?
The fuck is an author? Oh no, I remember. That's the book.
Books.
Yeah, it's the book he did.
Complimentary.
Ugh.
The book's plural.
I need pictures, I'm sorry.
They are picture books. Don't worry. Beat off nobodies, and you see Hainer, Pence, and Olette, who are being chased by a fucking demon tide that's just tearing through town.
Sure.
As you do. But of course, they don't stop to wave. I mean, they do stop to wave.
Why are the Heartless running rampant? Because in Kingdom Hearts 1, it's because Maleficent is like stealing worlds and shit for her plan.
Seeming, or presumably, it is just the tides of darkness kind of becoming stronger.
Just because Xehanort's about and doing dark shit. And...
Probably.
Okay, cool.
If you want the real answer, it's because they look really good in the game engine, and we needed enemies to fight.
I'm not complaining. Look, at the end of the day, it's an action game. Like, it makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
But you beat off the demon tower, and you're like, I'm looking for Roxas, and they're like, who the fuck is Roxas? But like, that name sounds familiar, and I don't know why that name sounds familiar, but like, it sounds familiar. And Goofy hands them the photo, that they had gotten from Riku fucking way back in Kingdom Hearts 2, and he's like, look, this is Roxas, he's with you, and then they pull out
Why would they know? They wouldn't know who Roxas is, though. Why would they know that was in the data world?
Yeah.
No, they don't know that. It was Goofy had that photo.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but why are they like, that name sounds familiar?
I don't know, man. And they're like, well, we have this photo. It's like the world's worst spot the difference puzzle.
It's really weird though, right? Okay, so the two photos we have next to each other, we've got on the screen we have the picture on the left from Kingdom Hearts 2 where it's the trio plus Roxas, right? The gang of friends. And on the right hand side is the exact same picture except Roxas is missing. However, they've still taken the picture at that weird angle, framed for 4 people. Like it's not. I mean, they've not been. The 3 of them have not been put in the center. Also,
Yeah, it is. Look, he's right in front of the keyhole. He's right in front of the keyhole of the gate.
Oh, actually, you're right. Yeah, it's just the way they're sitting. Actually, I retract that. This is a perfectly fine comparison.
It's a perfectly fine photo.
No plot holes. On we
No
go.
plot holes. And Goofy's like, well, you might not know him, but you were probably friends with him in with another version of you guys.
Shattering these children's world with a what?
No, because they're literally like, oh shit, that must be the other Twilight Town, and you're like, what do you? Oh no, this was back in fuck, what game was this? Was
2, I guess.
no, it maybe 2. Remember, they know about the data Twilight Town because they helped you get there in a prior game.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
They're just school kids.
Yeah, they fucking know about this. So they're not shook. They're like, oh, we
Still
need
repping
other
that Dog Street merch.
Dog Street.
Can't think how much Dog Street paid to have their merch in this game.
Is Dog Street a real brand?
Oh, you don't know what Dog Street?
Oh shit.
It's all the rage, man.
So they're like, "Aye, cool, let's go to the mansion." And they get there, and Sora's like, Sora recalls a memory of looking up at Namine's window. And that's like nothing. And then they go to the basement, and Pence tries to get the transporter working, but it's suddenly password protected, which it never was. before?
So who put the password on it?
That's a great question.
Do you know? Do you know?
It's not answered. We don't know who put the Ansem the Wise, I guess.
Nomura put the password in.
He put like a timed password. It's like one of those you enter your password and then it remembers it for a set period of time, and they just happened to get there in the last window. But now it's locked itself again.
Sure.
I reckon Goofy set the password and he's too embarrassed to say that he's forgotten what it is.
No, remember the last time they set a password, it was Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, do they try that at least? Do they try like the
Right, now try all the 7 princess names.
Do it in a different order.
Try all the apprentice names. That was one.
Xehanort rules with a Z at the end.
But so they try to get in, and then they get a call from Ienzo, and Ienzo's like, "Are you at a computer? I got like an alert from Ansem's computer that somebody was trying to log into Ansem's computer."
Yeah.
So apparently it was like alerting him in the main castle, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here," and Ienzo's like, "Cool, I'll help you get in."
Oh, does Ienzo know the password?
Yeah, I think that the password was literally there just to bring Ienzo into the scene.
Sure, man.
So now Ansem presumably knows that, or Xehanort might know, or...
What? No,
Because if there's an alert coming up on the computer.
Well, yes, but they're at the main computer now.
Yeah.
The apprentices have the castle.
So he doesn't have a phone with there was a new login attempted on your Chrome.
Xehanort's got his own gummy phone. It's like, what the fuck? My computer.
But yeah, they're like, well, if they made data of everybody in Twilight Town, clearly there must be a data Roxas. Clearly. And he's like,
in a replica body, do it now!
And he's like, Sora, I can use the logs of Roxas's data to speed up the decryption of Ansem's research in your head. Apparently. And before he hangs up, he's like, Sora, by the way, Evan, you know, that Vexen guy, creepy eyes, he disappeared. And he might be on Xehanort's side again. Just so you know.
Yeah, Vexen would, wouldn't he? He's a fucking creeper. He's not a goodie.
He's like, just so you know.
Yeah.
So Sora goes to leave to just let Pence do his fucking shit. But outside he's approached by Ansem and Xemnas.
Jesus.
Together.
Okay, wait, what?
Can we just like
why?
shove them together and they turn into Xehanort?
How are they here?
What do you mean, how are they here?
Well, they went back to their own time.
Yeah, no, they're back.
No, they're not. They're back to their old time.
Well,
they're not in present day. They're in the past.
Well, they time traveled once. Why can't they time travel again?
No, what?
So if you want the actual answer, because it's not actually properly explained, essentially, in Dream Drop Distance, they were brought essentially incorporeally. So they were kind of just the hearts that were manifesting, which is why they were able to float there. They're now inside replica bodies, which is essentially anchoring them to a physical thing in this time.
Yep. Just those heartless using their hearts to travel through time.
No, you can't travel through time without giving up your heart.
Oh, fuck's
Yeah, don't you remember how time travel works? You can't have a heart. So
they are heartless, both of them.
no, he's a nobody.
No.
Yeah, no, but like he is physically heartless. He doesn't have a heart.
I mean, a nobody doesn't have a heart, yeah.
Just let it
Oh,
go.
no, I
But then
forgot this,
a heartless has nothing but a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ansem is a heartless, but who has a heart, but he now doesn't have a heart. He doesn't have a.
Anyway, they're both back. They're both back.
Defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
They're both back.
Sure, man. Are they actually like this is it now? Just they're running around, they're doing things.
They're back.
We don't need to worry about
They're
it.
just
So
back.
they're about to
Kill Sora and
And they're like, yo, why are you trying to bring back Roxas? That's impossible. He's back inside of your tummy. And Xemnas is like, how would you even separate Roxas's heart from yourself? Where the fuck would he go, man? Like,
Where's it gonna go? In a replicant? Like we
You
did.
guys not do this?
you did this with
but
with Shion, didn't you? You did this exact same thing with Shion.
Sora's like, well, I'm just gonna stick him back in the day of Twilight Town, easy peasy, no lemon squeezy, no problem.
Why is he gonna do that? That's just fucking pain. That's
Pain
And-
for Roxas.
And Goofy, being the big brain that he constantly is in this game, is like, well, if Ansem and Xemnas used to be part of the same person, there's no reason to think that Roxas can't live on outside of you.
That is a great point.
I know, Goofy's the brain in this game. Goofy's a Giga Chad.
I love it.
We all hate Donald and we all love Goofy.
Why?
Hold on, right? So, but Zigbar popped up on Olympus and he was like, "Sora, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Go collect your lights." And then these two have rocked up and they're like, "Sora, stop doing what you're doing. Stop collecting the lights. Stop fulfilling Xehanort's plan. Why do you want to bring back your light Roxas boy, who presumably is part of Xehanort's goal? He needs 7 beings of light, and it's got to be Roxas, right?"
Who said Roxas? I mean, if they get the 3 Wayfinders, then that's it.
Oh, you're right. It's only 7, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, you're right. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
No problem.
Roxas is the backup plan.
So they're like, "Just don't bring 8. Don't bring."
We fucked around with more than 13
Yeah.
in the past.
Who do you think you are? Organization 13?
I know. In this game, they've got like 17 people. They've got like to the point where characters-
And Zemnis leans in and goes, "To be fair, buddy, we nailed it for like 5 minutes once. We had 13 members for approximately 5 minutes a few games back.
Didn't you know that the real 13 is
The
17?
real 13 is 17. They renamed it. I forgot that they renamed it. The real.
They're real.
Sure, man. Okay, so our two
Zem-
baddies are back.
So Zemnis is like, I'd love to see Roxas return. I love that guy. But like, the only way for him to come back is for you to give up your heart. So like, are you gonna call in the darkness and give up your heart, man?
Do it.
You want to have a little darkness? Look, it's Zemnis doing the darkness now.
Snort
like,
the north.
yeah.
Snort the north.
And they,
Yeah, you seen Riku anywhere? Is that guy?
and they summon, they
Is that guy still down to clown at all?
They summon a bunch of heartless and nobodies, and they're like, "Set your heart free, Sora," and then they teleport away.
Man.
Why?
So you defeat the heartless, go do some Ratatouille shit.
If I'm them, I
Sorry. What? No, what? You go do some Ratatouille shit?
Oh, you find Remy the rat in a... you find... Because, I didn't bring this up to
in
you.
every world. It's like,
Help Hercules defeat the underworld, and this is what is it? Help him make his soup.
I didn't bring this up to you. This game was the first one past when Disney officially acquired Pixar. So there's now Pixar worlds.
oh, yes! So good.
There's Pixar. So you find Remy rat in a tree, and then he...
Just really short, sort of killing the head chef from that film.
And he goes and ends up working in a bistro that Scrooge McDuck owns in Twilight Town.
Oh, he'd just be the worst owner, wouldn't he?
He's kind of chill. He gives you free food. And then there's a cooking mini game, so you can make power up food. Anyhow, RPG shit. We go back to meet with Hayner Pence and Olette. And they're like, "Yo, we gotta leave for now. Good luck on the Roxas stuff. Thanks for doing our work for us. Bye."
Sure.
Also wish really, really hard for Roxas to come back. That tends to work for me.
Sure.
So above them, and they're at the bistro right now. They're having lunch. And Ansem and Zemnis are looking at them from on top of the building somewhere else, where they're joined by Zigbar, who's like, "Aren't you guys being a bit obvious?" And they're like, "Nah, it's chill. We're here to guide him. They're not gonna get very far without us."
I love that the villains have such...
They've not really sat down and talked about what their plans are. Also, I thought they were all like the same guy deep inside. Like,
It's just a lack of confidence in Sora to actually be a hero. He's not going to be a hero without us, guys. We need him to get there.
They're all Danny DeVito.
You few junior heroes.
I still don't understand yet why they need him.
Well, there used to be a thingy of light, right?
Yeah, we've got others.
And he's got Ven inside
we've
him.
got others.
So Zigbar's like, "Well, bitch, Sora always derails us." But Ansem's like, "No, don't worry. If he deviates, we'll kill him. Doesn't matter."
Sure.
And Zigbar's like, "Well, we'd be down a vessel, because apparently they're still on about turning him into a vessel."
Oh my god, you got 17 years. Fucking, you don't need 18.
No, they still wanted to be a vessel, apparently. And Zemnis is like, "No, don't worry. We got more irons in the fire. We're good."
Surely if you just bring back fucking Dark Sora cunt
Who
McFace.
gets kicked out of the organisation when Sora comes in?
speaking of
Downsizing is always rough. Imagine them sitting down with bloody whoever and going,
What's his
"We
name?
really appreciate your..."
Vanitas. That's his name. Fucking dark evil Sora that pushes grannies over and shit,
I
right?
completely forgot. Somebody in the comments reminded me that the only reason that Vanitas looks like Sora, in the legitimate sense, is because Haley Joel Osment wanted to voice a villain.
Hey man, I like that, and that's fun, and that's silly.
The in-universe reason. I saw someone else comment with an explanation of the in-universe reason. It still doesn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, but how
the in-universe reason is like in the middle
It's
of Kingdom
back
Hearts
to
3,
front.
and it's still stupid.
It's back to front.
It's still stupid. Yeah, like I understand that like logistically that makes sense. But...
No, it doesn't.
No, I can see it. Like the whole
timeline wise, it doesn't make sense because he's not met. Like
no, because he's still formless when Ventus meets Sora.
We don't know that though. There were so many people in the comment.
that,
There were so many people in the comments that were like, he doesn't have a face, and it's like, where does it say that? It never says that.
True.
You made that up.
But that's my issue with it, right? So even if that is true, which I'm more than happy to believe, I think that if that is true, it makes sense. But it's the Nomura has invented more rules to just to make that work because Haley Joel Osment
Chase, are you proud of us having these conversations?
Yes.
In the review videos?
Yeah, we can we could debate this with you quite. I think you'd win, but
I mean, would I win or would I just give up? Because I don't care.
Okay.
Next.
So where was I?
We could just kill him.
So we flash away from Twilight Town to Kairi in the Time Cube.
Oh yeah.
Which is like a lovely like forest. It's like really nice. It's pretty in there.
The hyperbolic. I know you're not a Dragon Ball guy, but the hyperbolic time chamber is quite a nice sort of field. It's the same thing.
Hyperbolic Time Chamber is fucking cool though. I'm glad that they stole it.
Is that the place where he had like his weighted pants?
No, the weighted pants, the weighted clothes are just a general thing. The hyperbolic time chamber is the exact same thing. It's when they're preparing to fight Cell, I think, in the second main arc.
Yes.
They just have this device, which again is totally underutilized as the series goes forward. Like, where you can just go in and they go in for a year, and it is a big thing of like, they come out and one of our child characters, or one of our main characters, has just aged a year the next time we see him.
They've been in there for a year, but in real time it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Boo breaks in and it's fucking amazing.
Okay,
It's so
but this
intense.
isn't a Dragon Ball lore though. So we flash away from Twilight Town to Kairi, who she's writing a letter to Sora. And she's telling him all about how good her training with Merlin and Lee's going. And she's like, occasionally I catch Lee staring at me. And when I ask him what's wrong, he's like, I'm not sure. I think I'm forgetting about something, but I don't know what it is. And Kairi's like, I think it may have something to do with you, Sora.
Oh, do you think it's like you've seen Shion, like little glimpses of Shion in her?
Maybe. Lee shows up and asks Kairi about the letter, which she tells him she isn't even going to send. She just likes talking to Sora, even if it's on paper. What a weirdo. Axel's like, well, I'll cheer you up and pull some fucking unwrapped sea salt ice cream out of his pockets.
No, I don't care. I'll eat it.
No wrappers.
It's fine, he's magic. It's fine.
Yeah, it's got some fucking lint from his pockets on it. I'll eat it. It's fine.
I will live inside your pockets.
And he gives one to Kairi in celebration that they both are now able to summon their Keyblades.
Okay, Chase. I know that Jensen was like, Lee's getting new clothes, but what he's wearing here is he's topless underneath an Organization 13 robe. Like, he is quite clearly topless. We can see quite a bit of his chest and shoulders here.
If I remember right, I literally don't think that Lee gets new clothes until the very end of the game.
I think
he's in his organization robe pretty much the entire game.
Lee is just jacked.
He just
the
likes
fact
the
that you
robe.
can see muscles through this quite thick leather coat, dude is jacked.
He's so cool, man. I love him so much. He's great. He's the best part of the series. Him and Roxas are just the best.
But Kairi catches him staring at her again before changing subject. In conversation, she mentions the word promise at one point, making Lee briefly see the hazy outline of Shion over Kairi. He drops his ice cream with tears welling up in his eyes.
Oh god! Anytime we talk about that free, it just absolutely breaks
Salty tears and salty ice cream.
He brushes it off, apologizing to Kairi, who tells him to stop apologizing, and he's like, okay, but in exchange for that, you need to call me Axel. And it's like, bitch, you literally moaned about people calling you that in the last game. I get that this is you wanting to, like, project Shion on Kairi, but, like, still.
So I don't want to dead name him. Like, who are we? What is his name moving forwards? Axel or Lee?
I know it's both.
He uses both.
Okay,
It does not matter. He uses both.
Prefer Axel. It's cooler.
That's fair.
Well, we've known him as Axel for longer, haven't we? But
it was Lee for, like, a game and a
can I
half,
just clarify? Maybe I'm sort of getting things muddled up. The X in his name, that doesn't still carry the same weight anymore, as that's just his name. Like, there isn't anything...
No.
It's not a problem for him.
It is not a recusant sigil anymore.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool.
That's all I need. That was the
No,
word I
I
couldn't
wasn't
remember.
asked why,
Yeah.
but I don't want to
No,
know.
but it's fine.
Because he's
It's
not a
just-
nobody, I guess.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's
Anyhow. So meanwhile, at Radiant Gardens, Mickey and Riku come to the courtyard where Aqua fell into darkness fighting Terranort.
The fucking Sherlock and Watson game.
Trying to solve the mystery.
And Mickey recounts how after the battle, they found Terranort, who was brought in by Ansem as an apprentice and ultimately split himself. To which Riku's like, wait, that was Terra? What? Yeah, that was Terra? Master Xehanort was using Terra? What? Shook. And
Mickey's like, yeah, I told you. Didn't I tell you this? That you had a dream drop distance or birth by sleep?
Knowing Mickey, he probably didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he then goes on to explain that, like, oh, well, isn't it weird that, like, if Xehanort's an old man, why aren't Ansem and Xemnas also old? And it's because he had a younger body when it happened.
Right.
And Riku's like, we need to warn Sora. For reasons.
Okay.
So, back to Sora.
Old man Xehanort is like still mumbling about at this point, right?
He's about.
In present day.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
somewhere.
sticking about, okay.
He's somewhere. In the next world, we start off with a fucking epic shot of a battle on top of a city skyscraper.
Is that a transformer?
Yeah, there's robots.
This is like... The graphics are beautiful, but they're a particular art style. This is like Final Fantasy 15 shit. Okay.
Audience, when Monty said Final Fantasy 15, Chase's little face lit up like a kid on Christmas.
But there's like fighting robots and there's lasers and there's the skyscrapers are like falling. There's like lasers shooting in the sky and skyscrapers are getting sucked up.
What the fuck is happening?
And there's this guy.
What's he like? He's like Riku. He's got plaid and he's got like a leather and he's got...
Has he got two different coloured eyes?
He does have two different color eyes, and I need you to remember this guy. We find out that it's a trailer for a video game called Verum Rex.
Why is he dressed like Riku?
Why is he dressed like Riku?
it's-
He's wearing the exact same outfit.
It's a trailer for Verum Rex, which I'd like to point out is made by Square Enix. So Square Enix is canon in the Final Fantasy universe.
Holy shit, is this a video game about Riku made within the universe?
It's not about Riku, but
Okay.
Why is he dressed like Riku?
this is Yozora.
So just for context, for any listeners following along at home who might not be familiar, we've just watched the trailer for Verum Rex, an in-universe video game made by Square Enix. Yes.
Chase, I'm not overly familiar with Final Fantasy, right? I Final Fantasy 7,
Yes.
love to bits, no to bits, played 15. Am I meant to... If I played all the Final Fantasy games...
This is not a Final Fantasy game.
that's Riku.
This is
It's Riku.
this is an in-game video game.
So they're not making this game. It wasn't like a cutesy little nod to a game that they're going to release in the future. Verum Rex, buy it in 2024. Are you joking? They're making this. Are they making this?
Anyhow, so
What the fuck? Wait, so Kingdom Hearts 3 stops.
shut up.
So we can get an ad.
What does it mean that Square Enix exists in this universe?
What does it mean? This is Verum Rex, and we zoom out to see that it's being watched on the TV by Rex the dinosaur. There's a Toy Story world.
God!
Toy Story world.
Predictions about this game.
That's why there were pre-order action figures, because we're in a toy world now.
This is why I forgot.
And because video games are a toy.
Because I remember Toy Story World. I don't remember what happens really, but I remember Toy Story World being my favorite world. I might be, and people might disagree with that. I just remember really loving that.
Second favorite world.
That's fair. So that's why I forgot, because then Toy Story World happens and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And
Look at those graphics, man.
it's straight up literally just like
Rex looks
I'm
fantastic.
convinced that somebody at Pixar just gave them the models. Because it's literally just the models.
Right, so I did read a thing about a world that we will get to later, to one of the Disney worlds, where apparently Disney were very, very anal about some of the designs in this.
I'm pretty sure I know which world you're on about.
A particular character and the fur on that character. Apparently they saw it and they were like, fix that. It's not good enough. It needs to be better.
Oh.
Yeah. I will point out the character when we get there.
I think I know which one. It's not the one I thought you were originally. Anyhow.
That's a comment that I read, so it might be wrong.
Yeah,
but yeah.
so Rex, in the Toy Story world, he's very into this new video game, Verum Rex. He thinks it's very cool.
Bless him.
Yeah. Because guess what? Sora and gang are toys now.
Oh.
They're like little Lego men.
That's really cool. I love it. That's really cool. Yeah.
And
It's the kind of knockoff sort of it's toys you would buy on holiday, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. So, but no, like they show up, and Buzz is like really suspicious because there's been like heartless toys showing up everywhere.
Wait, have the Heartless ever morphed into a world's aesthetic before? Are they not
Never.
always?
No, they generally do.
What?
Like we got like Pirate Heartless and like the Pirates World and stuff.
We may have
And we had like Monster Heartless and Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, they always do.
Oh, you didn't show us that.
Yeah. No, they always do. But
So Buzz is the
Buzz
one
is
that's
Buzz is really suspicious, and literally,
not
I thought
Woody.
it would be Woody. Buzz is an idiot.
Woody is
No.
always the suspicious one.
no, Woody's actually kind of chill with you.
Okay.
Buzz is suspicious, and Rex is the one who actually comes up saying that you're a Yazor action figure.
Oh,
yeah, well,
look at that. Oh, I remember this. And one of the things, I'm guessing you're probably not going to tell him because you're not talking about mechanics and shit. Do you know what the soundtrack to this world is? An instrumental version of "You've Got a Friend in Me," which plays on a loop, and
hate it.
you would be surprised by how charming it is
It's not.
until the end.
It's not.
It's just
How many times does it play?
It's
like a million.
It's like a 20-second loop, and it is grading within the first 5 minutes.
You gotta miss Randy Newton's sort of you got a friend in me.
That is a great Randy Newman.
The only thing that makes it salvageable is the fact that it's broken up every 30 seconds by battle music.
true. Yeah, but no, I remember like being like, this is
just
fucking
while
sweet.
we're on music then, because
I suppose we so rarely touch on the sort of moment-to-moment specifics of what it's like to play it for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Is the sort of battle music quite repetitive? Because you fight a lot. Is it one set? Like, is it Metal Gear? Dun 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 dun. Like,
If I remember right, it's a different one per world,
oh, that's cool.
I think.
It's not like a Persona thing then, where it's like it's the same fucking music every single time, and it gets a wee bit.
If
grainy.
you want to try and come for Persona's music,
Mate, no, Persona's music.
back
no,
the fuck off.
Don't get me wrong, Persona's soundtrack is one of the best ever made. It's incredible.
If
But
we look
that
at my
battle theme-
Spotify, literally my top 3 most recently played are 3 different Persona soundtracks.
No, it's just,
But by there's by the fucking 500th battle, you're a bit like, okay, this battle music. I wish there was a variation on it.
Nope, I do not. So Rex essentially, like, he's like, oh, they're not weird. They're Yozora action figures. Whoa! And he's like, I'm your biggest fan, but I can't beat the Bahamut boss at level 47, which pretty much just confirms it as being a Final Fantasy insert in this world.
It's like the only Toy Story 2 when he's playing the Buzz Lightyear game.
how's Rex playing it?
Well, same way he does in Toy Story 2.
Same way he does in Toy Story 2.
Oh, yeah.
Bashes his hands on the buttons. Yeah.
Why was he annoyed earlier when Woody walked in front? He was like, I was watching that. It was the trailer for the game that he's already 20 hours into by the sense of it.
So a bunch of their friends.
Fuck off, Rex.
So a bunch of their friends are missing. Buzz's laser is actually a real laser now. It actually works. And everything's
Why?
Sure.
Every-
Well, it's the world of the game.
and everything's weird. So Sora goes to help them out, which leads them to a big toy store called Galaxy Toys, where they see those Gigas action figures from Verum Rex. And Sora's like, why don't they move? You guys move. Why do those toys not move? And young Xehanort's like, you want them to move? Haha! Make them, and he makes them move.
Wait, sorry, young Xehanor's here. Sorry.
Yeah, literally, you're like, why don't they move? And young Xehanort shows up out of nowhere. He's like, oh, you want them to move? Here you go.
Wait, but like, why don't they move? Because all the toys are alive in the universe of Toy Story. It'd be like fucking Lion King, where one of the animals speaks French. Like,
No, or just can't communicate.
yeah, like they all speak animal in that universe, and they all understand.
I
each other.
don't know.
Okay.
So Sora's like, oh, you're the one from the dream. You're the first of the Xehanorts. And he's like, oh, I'm honored you remember me. Thank you.
I love this guy.
Here's some Heartless that I'm going to fuse with the Gigases. Now they're Heartless Gigases. Fuck you. And you can, like, pilot a Gigas to, like, shoot turrets.
What is a Gigas?
They're the robots from Verum Rex.
Right, they're like the Transformer thingies. Yeah, cool.
And you can, like, pilot them and, like, shoot the other ones. It's great. And young Xehanort says how Heart's shadows fill the emptiness just like Heartless nobodies. And he tells Sora that that a darkness is missing and that they must reclaim that. And that the way that Hearts connect in this world can provide them with a clue. So they created a copy of the world and have been split. So they created a copy of the Toy Story world, dragged a bunch of people here, and have been splitting Hearts in like a science experiment to figure out how the connections between Hearts work.
Okay, I have a fair few questions. I'm going to rattle through them very quickly.
Okay.
First off, do toys have hearts? Does Woody have a
Yes.
heart? Okay, lovely. Thank you. Second, Second, okay, young Xehanort.
Yeah.
I understand that. I guess we're just not thinking about how they're getting back. They time traveled once, they forgot all their memories, then they time traveled again, and now they're back for present day big battle time.
Correct, yes.
Okay, has this Xehanort? Is this Xehanort older? Maybe by a day or so or whatever, than the Xehanort we saw at the start in Scarlet Calum. Does it matter?
Presumably this would have been while he was still on Destiny Islands, just like the original young Xehanort from Dream Drop was.
And remind me, Destiny Islands, then Scarlet Calum?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a young this is young Xehanort. It's not
young Xehanort.
So this guy doesn't know how to use a Keyblade yet.
How can he infuse?
Well, he does, because remember he has his like.
Why is he
Keyblade.
so powerful right at the start?
Yeah.
I don't know. Xehanort Norts him with future Nort.
I can take the big bad was kind of always a bit powerful, whatever, like natural talent. That's fine.
Yeah, so
But okay.
So
Sure. So the dream drop just is people that they time traveled again. That's what we're doing. It's such a weak explanation. Like, I'm happy that we've got a bunch of Xehanorts, and that's fine. We've got to that point where it's like it's a cool concept. It's just a bit weak after.
Why did they? So they all met up in 3D, and they sort of had their plan, and they all went back to their respective timelines. Why didn't they just straight from there go and start doing all this stuff? Why was it go back to our own start of our own time?
because to vaguely spoil it's because they didn't have Vexen at that time.
Right.
And so they didn't have any replica. They didn't have any bodies to bind themselves to the world.
Sure.
So they had to get sent back.
So they time traveled in dream drop distance. They projected them, set their hearts or whatever they did, right? And they were like, "Oh, look at me, I'm here." And then and then it's like young Xehanort's like, "I did that, and I've told you everything I know, and I'm going back to my time and all that shit." And then he dropped back in, and then 2 seconds later, another fucking portal opens. It goes, "Okay, now I'm back in the new fucking time. Oh, now I'm put into a replica body. Now I'm here, I guess."
Presume.
What does that mean for pre-time travel young Xehanort back on Destiny Islands, because he's just split his consciousness essentially?
That's a great question.
Do you know the answer and you just can't tell us? Okay. Fuck.
I've stopped trying to reason with how
Yeah.
3 time travel works because I need to deal with future game time travel.
It's fine.
And that's more complicated than Kingdom Hearts 3 time travel.
So the villains are back.
Villains are back.
Okay, cool.
So after the battle, Sora's like, "Oh, if they split the world, all the missing toys are probably in the other world." But Buzz is like, "Other world sounds like shit. Not a real thing. Fuck you." And
Toys are the only thing that matters here.
but Buzz is like, but Woody's like, no, he's probably right, because that's why you can use your laser beams now, is because we're not in the real world anymore. And I would like you to hone in on the fact that I said the real world. Thank you. Much toy shenanigans later, we find young Xehanort again next to the Verum Rex display in the video game section. He possesses Buzz, saying how he's testing the strength of their bonds. Toys have hearts in this world, creating their bonds, and he wants to see how far he can stretch the bonds of a toy.
Why?
Wondering if their cloth and plastic can hold onto their hearts when they're worlds apart.
I get the curiosity factor, right?
It
This
is
guy
literally
loves to fuck around with darkness.
It is literally that.
Okay.
It's literally, I'm a scientist. I want to fuck about with human experimentation. So, so he tells Sora that being here drove a divide between them by making Buzz all sussy and allowing the darkness to creep in. Gasp. Sora tries to stop Buzz from blasting Woody, but Xehanort's like, no interfering, and he throws him into the world of Verum Rex. He just yeets him through the TV screen somehow and throws him into the video game.
Haven't you heard, "In this world you come from a video game"? Sorry, that's the subtitles on screen that we're seeing right now.
No. Yeah, so he literally says, You're a toy from a video game apparently in this world, so go hang out in your video game.
Okay.
You're from a video game. It's very meta.
But Sora's not from this video game from what we've seen, right? He's not.
We've not seen Sora.
Even in the universe of Toy Story, he's not in a video game. He's a toy. And the video game exists in the Toy Story universe. So what, the Toy Story universe actually exists in the video game universe of Verum Rex?
In this world, Sora is from a video game.
What does that mean? Is he from the Kingdom Hearts video game, or is he from...
He wasn't important enough to be in the fucking trailer.
In this world, Sora's from a video game, so go into the video game and hang out. Don't bother us.
Do toys exist in the Verum Rex universe
Who
then?
knows, maybe.
Fuck me.
Why does he look like this when he goes into the
Sora-
Verum Rex universe? He still looks like a toy.
I thought this would be the simple one. I thought I understood everything.
This is the most important Disney World. Sora eventually escapes to learn that Buzz has been taken into a dark corridor. Oh no.
Why?
But Sora because
To infinity
Xehanort-
and beyond.
no, because Xehanort kidnapped him.
Oh, sure, man. Just
Yeah,
to fuck with experiments. Okay.
Well, because he's trying to break the connection between him and Woody for his experiment.
Right.
So he's taken away from Woody. And Sora's like, I can't open those. But the toy soldiers show up and they're like, there's one in the kiddie soft play area.
Why?
I don't know. It's in the vents.
Why?
I don't know.
So Sora vents.
Sorry, man.
Sora vents, kind of sus. Inside, God, that just immediately dated this video.
It's dated when we're talking about it.
Yeah.
So much stuff later, and I am shorting the this is such a long Disney World. It's great because it's a fun one. I've skipped like 4 mini boss battles by this point.
Fine. Yeah.
This is such a, so you end up there, where you see a world corrupt by darkness, which Xehanort says came from the buzz that, or the pain that Buzz felt from being ripped apart from Andy.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
So the pain that Buzz had
Uh-huh.
by being taken away from Andy and thrown into this other world, and making him all sus, has created this darkness that is now distorted.
What you're describing right now is unversed, not heartless, not darkness.
No, there are Heartless.
Yeah, but like that would be an explanation to explain why unversed would show up, because they're pain and fear and horrible.
Because
And
remember, Unversed are like naturally creating fucking Vanitas makes the Unversed.
oh, just Vanitas makes them.
Just Vanitas makes
Oh, I always sorry. So my understanding always was that Vanitas is just such pure pain and misery and
No,
hatred
no.
that the unversed pour from him, but they exist from other factors as well.
They're made of negative emotion, but they're made of specifically his negative emotion.
Okay.
So he's making
So darkness
Basically,
equals
the pain-
negative emotion again.
mostly the pain.
Sure,
Drop
man.
it.
Sure, man.
The pain allowed darkness to seep into his heart. So this is the darkness that seeped in. Leave it at that. And Woody's like, are we all gonna become like this if we can't find Andy? And Sora's like, nah, fam. Hearts and chains and memories and love and shit.
Data.
And Xehanort's like, yeah, bro, light of friendship is good power, but darkness of being alone is better. I win. And then fucking, I wrote Tom Hanks, but I think that you said it's Tom Hanks' brother. Delivers one of the most iconic lines in this game. Whatever you're talking about, I don't care. Put Buzz back the way he was, then get lost. My guess is nobody's ever loved you before. What a savage.
Fucking Woody kicking ass.
He's
as
straight up like,
usual.
nobody loves you, you have no friends, give me Buzz and fuck off.
What does young Xehanort say to that?
Right, I have a question.
Yeah.
So first of all, I do want to find out what Xehanort responds to that, but I'm going to pause you on that if that's okay. I want to ask a little bit about data. So,
Why?
because in the Toy Story universe, then the video games is a sub universe that you can get thrown into. So presumably that video game universe is it's a dataverse because it's video games. So,
It is never expounded upon.
or is it like another world?
doesn't know.
Like he might as well.
upon.
Right, so he might as well have like thrown Sora into the Lion King world. Like it's just another world, another globe.
I don't think it's a different world. I think it's just he threw him in a video game because who knows?
He has the power to do that.
There's no like conscious
As a
people in there.
as a young
You go,
man.
you go in. You're on top of a building. There's some robots. You kill the robots. There's nobody conscious. You don't talk to anybody in there.
So he doesn't meet Verum Rex.
No,
Okay. Doesn't meet any of the
No.
game. Okay.
no. You are in there for like 2 minutes. For like a battle against some robots.
Right, okay.
That is it.
Yeah,
Sure.
cool.
So my follow-up question is,
What the fuck does young Xehanort say to Woody telling me he has no friends?
He doesn't care.
he doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a fuck.
I know. I don't.
Clearly not my vibe.
He's like, you right. And Sora's like, yo, bruh boy, X boy, you lived so long in the shadows, you forgot about the light that can cast them. Damn. And Buzz shines with the light, and he gets rescued by Woody.
Hey, so just like Ansem Secret of Darkness, he's beaten by
light.
It was always light, sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Xehanort's like, I'll need to remember that even puppets can have strong hearts. And as he passes Sora through the dark corridor, he again tells Sora to find the hearts joined to him.
Just
by
as
the
he
way-
passes him by.
I'm going now. Maybe make sure to pick up Terra and Aqua and Ven. We need them for the big fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
So
Don't bring too many when we get there.
We want 7, not 8.
7 of your best.
So you go to leave the toy world. The toys saying how if they make it back to the real world, will they ever see them again?
I'm so confused by the real world concept because he's making copies of worlds.
Good.
Let it
Back
Okay.
in the gummy ship. Sora's all sad, thinking about how Roxas needs a body if he's gonna leave Sora's heart. And they try to call Yenzo to ask about Roxas's body, but accidentally butt dial Mickey and Riku instead. Because as we know, Sora doesn't know how to technology, so he kind of just, I think, clicked some buttons and he's like, Yenzo! And it called Mickey instead.
I'm having flashbacks of him just mashing his face into Ansem's computer. Where is Riku and Kairi?
He found Riku!
He found him.
If it was only this easy in previous games when looking for Riku.
So Riku's like, we can use a replica to store Roxas's body. And Sora's like, are the replicas why Pete and Maleficent are looking for a box? And they're like, what's a box? And Mickey's like,
What's a box? What is the concept of a box?
yes.
We didn't have those on Destiny Island.
and Mickey's like, oh, by the way, I need to tell you about Terranort.
Oh.
Or tell you something about Terranort, which of course we don't hear because black screen. And then Mickey's like, don't worry about Roxas and Naminé for now. Go look for Terra. Next up, we go to Tangled.
I love Tangled, by the way.
So do I, but this world is literally the movie. Like, scene for scene. Like, it literally feels as if... I think I showed you...
But isn't that whole movie is about, like, the only ever strange man she's ever known in her life coming across her?
Yep.
Like, and now we've got Anime Boy and his fucking duck pal.
Yeah, no, literally...
Rapunzel's like, two strange men.
There are a bunch of compilations on YouTube of,
She's gonna go wild when she sees his hair. Oh my god.
There's a bunch of compilations of the scenes, like, side by side. It literally looks as if they got their hands on Pixar's animation files.
They must have got the movement,
And it
at
is
least,
just-
yeah.
It is, like, angle for angle, shot for shot, model for model, movement for movement. The movie, but with Sora or Donald green screened in. Like, they're just green screened. Yeah.
I don't know if you both remember, you asked me right at the start of episode 1, 150 years ago, you both asked me what I knew about Kingdom Hearts, and I said that I knew that there were just scenes from Disney films, but with, Mickey Mouse in the background. I think what I was picturing must have been these, because it doesn't happen quite the same in the earlier games. There's a lot more, like, integration with those worlds. Like, they go to Lion King and they become fucking animals or whatever. Like, this... Yeah, this is what I was picturing. This is what I wanted.
He's waited so long. Does it live up to expectations?
Oh, yes.
So, because it's essentially the movie, we know the movie. If you haven't, go watch the movie. Get yourself a Disney Plus subscription. It's the best Disney movie.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's shill. We don't need to shill for this video is not sponsored by Disney.
It better not be, because they'll take it down. So, I'm really only going to mention when orgies show up. So during the scene when Mother Gothel arrives at the tower to find Rapunzel's missing, she's approached by our newest face in the real Organization 13. Marluxia's back, baby!
I hate Marluxia.
Oh no, he's great.
But he's
No, he
dead.
was a dick.
No, he's back.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like, yeah, dead people are back now, or whatever.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
back.
nothing matters, Goofy. Okay.
And he's like, I'll help you get Rapunzel back, and he seemingly possesses Mother Gothel. Sometimes later, Sora's thinking on about how they haven't seen the organization in a while. And he's like, you has-beens, come out and face me. And of course, the second he says that, Marluxia's like, hi.
Sora's straight up, the bloodthirst is back.
Yeah.
He sees an Organization 13 member, he remembers, he's drooling. Marluxia looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, Marluxia looks like they have green eyes.
Yellow.
Oh, it is yellow.
Remember Norton.
Right. That's why I
So
asked.
every orgy that we're meeting now is Norted.
Yes.
So they should all have yellow eyes.
Correct.
And we just can't see the ears underneath those tumbling pink locks.
Correct.
Is he all like roses and woo
course.
and flamboyant and
Of course
charming and yeah, I love it.
he appears and he's like, I love seeing you again. And Sora's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, oh shit, yeah, you don't remember Chain of Memories. Oops. You don't remember that you killed me. Yeah. And he's like,
do it again, motherfucker.
And Marluxia's
I want to make that memory.
Marluxia's like, don't worry about it, fam.
Make it 13.
Marluxia's like, don't worry about it, fam. I just need a favor from you. I just want you to keep Rapunzel safe. I don't care about anything else. Just keep her safe.
Wait, hold on. Why? Because we know there are 7 Disney princesses, we know who they are, and none of them are Rapunzel.
Because guess what? Those princesses don't matter. There's new princesses of heart. And Rapunzel's one of them.
I swear to God, if we get, like, you know the scene that came out a few years ago of all the Disney princesses together and all the new ones?
Do the Wreck-It Ralph
if we
scene?
get, I was gonna say, I swear to God, if we get Wreck-It Ralph.
We don't in this game, but I would not be surprised if it shows up in a future Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay.
In fact, I'd be kind of surprised if it doesn't.
Oh my god, that's gonna get very meta with the video game shit then.
Yeah, but anyhow, so...
Wait, so why do they... Are you gonna explain this?
So essentially, what their thing is now is, yeah, go get the 7 Guardians, but in case you fuck up and you can't do that, the princesses are a backup plan. We can still use the princess. Like
Why wouldn't you
if
use
the
that? That seems so much easier.
Because-
you already managed to do that.
Because this is why they're called the Guardians of Light, is because they are literally them becoming the 7 to go fight is protecting the princesses from being used.
But Organization 13 can use the princesses.
Yes.
And the protectors didn't know this until these cunts showed up and started saying, oh, this is the path.
Well, no, Jens said
why
this.
Why didn't they know? Well, why didn't he say? They could have just nipped into Rapunzel's world, nipped into fucking Wreck-It Ralph, nipped over to Scotland to grab Brave. Why didn't they do that instead of setting them on this path?
They are actively showing up in every world to go, Sora, you need to go and complete 7 fucking tasks to make sure that you can have our big Keyblade War, when all they had to do, and nip in is the best way to describe it. Dark Portal, grab, leave. Maleficent can do it.
They did it. One of them managed to do this in the first game. There are now 13 of them. Strike, coordinated strike. You've almost got 2 per world. They've got 17 members.
Well, but the Keyblade should be made by now.
Well, the thing, like, if they go get the princesses, then they're just going to, go get... They're like, the Keyblade wielders are just going to show up anyway. So, like, just do Keyblade War.
Question for you, and if you
Also, Xehanort's not going to get his Keyblade War. You can't just shove a Keyblade in the hand of a Princess of Light.
Okay, right. Okay.
He wants his Keyblade War.
Question for you. Yeah, he needs to be dramatic. I get it. He's a dramatic boy. Do you know, and if you don't know, it's fine, because I know that we do not meet all 7 new Princesses of Heart in this game. Do you know who they're meant to be?
No.
Okay.
I could assume probably Merida, Moana, probably all
Like
the
new ones.
probably all the new ones.
Sure.
Way later. After they get to Corona and there's the boat scene and the lanterns and yada yada, and Mother Gothel finds Rapunzel.
I have another question. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's about the Princess of Light again.
Yeah.
So does that mean then that the old Princess of
We'll get
Light,
there.
they're no longer okay?
We'll
So
get
you have an answer for that?
We'll get
Okay,
there.
cool.
Bulletproof Monty, move on.
Marluxia reappears and he's like, don't worry, Mother Gothel is keeping Rapunzel safe by, locking her up in prison. And also, I think this is actually when they officially say she's Princess of the Light and that the backup plan and yada yada. And he continues that there are 7 new Princesses of Light who inherited the old one's light after they had fulfilled their roles. So following Kingdom Hearts 1, they had fulfilled their roles and they essentially passed on their light.
How did they fulfill their roles?
Because they had protected the world from darkness.
So are they still going through the same routine, the same movie?
Oh yeah,
replay, repeat?
Mickey's still rewinding.
So,
VHS.
but they can die now. Like
Yeah.
they can, they've lost all that.
They can always die.
No, but they couldn't
They
in the
can turn
same
into
sense
Heartless
as
now.
everyone else. They could turn into a
They
heartless
can turn
now.
into
Is what I
Heartless
mean.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Jasmine is a Heartless. Imagine Alice is a Heartless would be really cool.
Alice would be terrifying. Can you imagine? She's
Alice-
definitely the biggest dick of the Disney princess.
Alice is a Heartless is just a Jabberwocky.
Oh my god.
It's just the Jabberwocky. New 7 new princesses, which is definitely not just so they have a reason to introduce more recent IP and for Kingdom Hearts to have more merchandising opportunities.
Sure, man, that's fine.
So Tangled movie finishes. Marluxia reappears saying how Mother Gothel fell to darkness and can't be allowed anywhere near the light anymore or she may corrupt it. So as she falls out of the tower into the movie, he transforms her into a heartless boss, big tree monster. And he's like, Sora, kill it. Go. Kill it.
She's got a fuck ton of HP, like a metric fuck ton of.
See-
That is half of a full HP bar. That.
It looks like a lot. The damage scaling in this game is so high.
Oh, okay.
Like, realistically, this would have been, like, maybe 4 health bars in a prior game.
Yeah, I guess one Space Mountain fucking train and it's dead, innit?
Yeah,
So,
the
yeah.
damage scaling is crazy in this game. So, anyhow. This is the first image I've had of an actual gameplay screenshot
I was gonna say
in, like, forever.
it has made me want to. This game especially, I want to play them after this. Not all of them, but I might borrow KH3
You're welcome
off
to.
you after today.
Yeah, so he turns her into a boss. We kill her. And before we boost off, there is a quick scene to show Pete and Maleficent are here as well. Looking for the box. Pete's like,
Fuck me.
is the box even real? And Maleficent's like, it is. It is etched that it's real.
Pete, stop asking me questions about the fucking box.
And that's it. So back in Radiant Gardens.
Pete's here. That's just for context. Sorry, the picture that we have right now is just a picture of a very upset-looking Maleficent and a very confused-looking Pete, and the subtitle is Pete going, "Another world where we got doodly squat," and that's their entire.
And you just know
That's
that
them.
Maleficent, you just know Maleficent, judging by her face, is just.
So back in Radiant Gardens, Ienzo's telling Mickey and Riku that Sawzell's only Evan knows about the replica and he's gone. And his research notes here are complete as well. So I can't help you with replica bodies. Sorry. Because remember, Mickey and Riku were like, we'll
Yeah.
do with the replicas. So they went to ask.
he gone?
Well, remember, he's been missing for a while. So they're
yeah.
assuming he defected again. But they're like, well, he couldn't have left the world on his own because he can't use dark corridors because he's, a human. And Riku's like, but what if he's been taken? And he's like, the organization might be using replicas to fill out their ranks. Oh no! And Mickey's like, shit, we gotta tell Yen, Sid, and Sora, and they run off. Meanwhile, above the deserts near the Keyblade Graveyard, there are now 13 pillars that seem to be the new organization thrones. But of course,
Who has to sit out?
no, they don't sit. They're just like flat pillars.
Yeah, but who has to miss out?
Yeah, you're right. There's like 17 of them. Like Vexen might be there.
4 of them on the ground.
Who knows, man?
Wait, so hold on. Why are they not using Castle Oblivion, where the
Players were already
because the Keyblade Graveyard is Xehanort's favorite place. So
Sure, man.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The Keyblade Graveyard. Yeah.
So we find out that fucking obviously Vexen is defected. He's back.
Oh, what shocker.
He's nobody again. It's Vexen. It's not Evan. He's got his yellow eyes. He's been Norded.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Syax about how Axel ripped him from his research and he didn't care about humanity. He only wanted to do his research. And he says how his research is almost complete and that soon they'll do more than just replicate. They'll replace. Give them a heart and they can be as real as any human. So he's almost perfected the replicas.
Oh, okay.
He's getting very close to perfecting them.
What does that mean if he gives them a heart? Like, what does that do? I know it makes them like more real, but like, what does that mean for the
Essentially,
replica?
if you put a replica into this body, it is just that person now. Remember how I said before that the bodies are kind of like husks that morph themselves around the heart?
Yeah.
So it's essentially he has found out how to artificially create a perfect husk.
Cool. Okay.
Essentially.
No, I'm here for it. I also really quite like that this has become like important. Like I know I was like mocking the villains coming back, but
since we've touched on this.
Yeah.
So judging by worlds, next Disney World. Do you want to guess where?
So we've done Toy Story.
Neverland.
You don't get to say.
Neverland. Oh, is that a new one?
It's a new one. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm nervous. Frozen.
No, we're not there yet. We'll get there. What if I showed you our sick new forms?
Monsters Inc.
We're in Monsters Inc., baby!
One of my
Monstropolis!
favorite ever Disney films.
But look how cool these new forms are.
They are fantastic.
Look how cool.
Goofy is no. Monty, I'm gonna disagree with you. I think Sora looks great. I think Donald looks great. I think Goofy looks like a Spore character. Do you remember Spore? He looks like you hit randomize on Spore. He looks horrific.
Yeah.
What, horrific in a good way?
No,
I like him. So
got a boil on his head.
they found
I love
themselves
they did this.
here. Inside they meet Sully, Mike, and Boo.
Yeah.
They're unversed here, which is worrying.
Sully is the character I was telling you about, where
That's what I thought,
apparently
yeah.
Disney came in and was like, the fur is not good
Really?
enough. The fur, and to be fair, they are stunning again in the game. But
Did you say unversed are here?
I did say
So Replica's here. Not Replica. Vanitas is here.
Vanitas, yeah.
Oh, I wonder.
Wait, hold on. Chase,
no.
before... No, but very quickly. Chase, Vanitas, like, exploded or whatever when he got turned into a Keyblade, right?
He presumably only exists.
And he doesn't have a heart.
No, he only exists.
So he-
Everybody else is time traveling.
Yeah,
Why are you?
No, because Vanitas doesn't have a heart, and you need a heart to time travel. You need to project yourself
Yeah,
across the
yeah,
fucking
you do,
cosmos.
that's true.
So how the fuck does Vanitas project himself if he doesn't have a heart?
Well, if he's pure darkness, assumedly darkness is incorporeal and in time, place.
Oh, this fucking character.
So
it
you
makes
can
me
do
so
anything. You can
angry.
just do anything.
Essentially, it's a dark
Fuck
god. Who knows?
Vanitas, man. Alright,
Who
so
knows,
keep
man?
going.
So
Is there still a Vanitas that presumably exists in some part of Sora's heart?
Vanitas never existed in Sora's heart.
No,
it's
it's
not
just
even
like
a memory of him
copied
in
it.
part of Ventus that's like, you know.
Well, remember, Ventus's heart has been completed and is now in. Well, I guess that would make Vanitas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Does
guess.
Vanitas look like Dark Sora?
Still.
Well, he's currently wearing his helmet, but we would assume he's wearing his helmet.
And as we know,
I'm
if he's
glad.
wearing
I'm
his
glad that
helmet-
he hasn't morphed into a Monsters Inc. thing, because that would be weird if they had to do that as well.
Yeah, almost like, he's a blank canvas that morphs on things and latches onto
it
them.
would
But yeah, like, I would be, as we know, if he's wearing his helmet, we don't know what he looks like.
I would love to. Have, I would love to have seen all the villains. I don't know. I've never picked up on this before. I've seen all the villains that we've seen so far morph into the sort of aesthetic of the world that we're in. If we'd seen a big like teddy bear, fucking Zemnis in Toy Story.
Pete morphs. Pete turns into a lion man, and yet the Keyblade wielders don't. Fucking ridiculous.
But
Anyway.
Done with us.
so you run about, help Mike and Sully get Boo back to her door, yada yada movie stuff. Along the way, you learn that Randall's being helped by the organization. He's being given unversed. Run about some more, kill Randall, throw him through a door. Sora locks it with his key just to be a dick.
Sure. Never getting out now, Randall.
Yeah. And eventually you return to the scare floor where Boo's door is, to find a very familiar and incredibly obviously expected Roby is waiting. He pulls down his hood, of course revealing his sick biker helmet.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no,
He's the hottest, sweatiest man on the planet.
So he's got the biker helmet on to mask his face, but he also has the hood up to mask the biker helmet.
No, you are.
No, you are. You're evil Sora. And I hate you.
But so Vanitas is like, says how that strange facade almost had him fooled, calling Sora brother. And Sora's like, oh, I recognize you from Notre Dame Cathedral back in Dream Drop. Because remember, we briefly saw a young Xehanort. He like doubled his Vanitas. When he said that Sora made his heart a prison for someone else. Sora's all, this is the part where you spout some mumbo jumbo and disappear, right?
Look at Mike. Mike from Monsters Inc.
You're gonna fuck with Mike Wazowski, who is apparently like almost as tall as a real person.
Mike Wazowski is ready to fucking kick Vanitas' gun in. He's so ready. Look at him. Even Boo's ready. This is Vanitas. I wouldn't fuck with this fucking quintet, sextet we got here going on here. Like fucking ridiculous.
Mike Wazowski.
It's-
I'm 6 beers deep.
Vanitas explains how he came here because all of the scream energy was a perfect source of negative energy. And Mike's like, we don't do that anymore. And Vanitas is like, well, why the fuck do you have all these reserve cans of scream then? Mike's like, well, I guess you got me there.
Oh, okay.
And that he's been using the unversed to scare more children into gathering more scream energy.
So, wait, what?
So Vanitas is actually using the Disney plot for once.
Holy shit.
But the doors are a entrance into another reality. So it's like the Toy Story thing where we've got worlds within worlds going on.
I mean, assumedly in this world, the Earth that they go to is part of this universe.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Can't get over how bad
So
Goofy
essentially,
looks.
he's been gathering all this negative energy from the screening containers, trying to recomplete his heart.
Right.
Okay.
because obviously-
Sorry, say again? What?
Vanitas is trying to complete his heart with all the energy from the children.
So he does have a heart. It's just an incomplete heart because it's been halved.
it's half
okay.
the heart,
Okay.
yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna create a hole in the darkness, and Vanitas is like, I need something else. The half of me that sleeps on inside of your heart.
Look at that fucking edgy Keyblade.
I know, for real.
It's got an eye in it. Just worth noting in case that's
That
important
is the
later.
keyblade of an incel.
so
Yeah, it's like chains and cogs and it's red.
So do like half the Keyblades, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
What does Sora do? Does he punch him?
Sora calls out. He's like, Vanitas! With for a second him using Ven's voice.
Ooh.
And Vanitas is like like, Ventus, what a strange place for you to sneak off to.
Cool.
And he tries to forcibly remove the heart from Sora. But Sully just runs over, fucking grabs him, holds him over his shoulder,
His neck.
chucks him through a door, grabs that door, chucks it through another, grabs that door, chucks it through another door, grabs that door, chucks it through another door, grabs
my
that door, chucks it
God,
through another one.
Jesus Christ.
Sora locks that door, and then they put the last door through a shredder.
I remember this. It's so good.
This is almost as useless as Replicate, isn't he, in terms of getting...
Remember back in Birth by Sleep, we were like, "Ooh, this guy," and then he just descended in Birth by
A
Sleep.
big bear has just come in and thrown him through 50 doors.
50 doors. He's fucking gone. Wait, no, he can just portal out. I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking hell.
Mike and Sully don't know that.
I'm so here for the Disney characters telling the Organization 13 to just
This is
consistently
also the
fuck
first
off.
time where we've had to go through so many worlds.
I believe in this much detail because there is genuinely important shit happening.
Yeah, Organization members are showing. Like, Sora just learned that Ventus is in his heart.
Or maybe he doesn't fully understand
I'm
it,
pretty sure
but-
he knew that already.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not that it was Ventus specifically, but I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read
That's
this.
fine. No, you're fine.
So they leave, world over. And in the gummy ship, Sora's like, we should go to the realm of darkness. And Gooby's like, nah, fam, you don't have the power of waking it. You're still shit. No realm of darkness until you do that. And Sora's like, well, shucks. And they call Yenzo. And Yenzo's like, I deciphered more notes. And there's 3 hearts inside of you. Roxas and Ventus, but also a 3rd who's been inside your heart for almost as long as Roxas. Gasp. And he's like, all 3 hearts have melded into Sora's and gone quiet. But Sora retains the memories of all 3. You look very upset by this.
No, I'm here for it.
Okay, cool.
I'm just thinking.
These memories have been compartmentalized, each placed within its own box, so to speak, which we could say is potential theory fodder.
Box?
Box!
Is Millicent about?
I've put here that it's potential theory fodder. Whether it actually is or not, I legitimately do not know.
Oh, maybe the black box contains like a shit ton of hearts.
Potentially. We don't know.
Okay.
How nice is it to see the gummy ship back though, Monty?
It's hell.
And it still looks like this even in a modern engine.
Which I respect.
So do I.
Respect is the best word for it. Yeah, they've committed to the fact that the gummy ship still sucks balls. And I'm here for it.
Actually, the gummy ship is amazing in this one because you get an open world overworld.
I think you may have mentioned this in an earlier.
And you can go around, and there are literally like missions and bosses in the overworld that you can like fly around. You can like go to this quadrant, and there's a boss over here, and there's like a big mega boss in the center, and there's like dungeons that you can go to in the gummy ship. It's great. And Ansem suggests that each heart can likely be awoken if returned to the box containing its correct memories. So find the heart, put it in the memory box, recompleted. And that if they can then provide those with suitable bodies, you can bring everybody back to life. So combine the memories, the hearts, and a body.
Sure.
Meanwhile, we get a flashback scene taking place right at the end of Fragmentary Passage when Aqua arrived in the Dark Meridian. Remember, it ends and she sees a Roby, and she walks up to the Roby, and we don't see that.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out, it's Ansem the Wise. He's not dead.
What?
After Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, so it's Data Ansem inside Sora right now. So real
Yes.
Ansem is
This
actually...
is real Ansem.
So Kingdom Hearts 2, when the machine blew up, he just portaled out of there.
No. So essentially, when it blew up, it seems to have just ripped his heart out, and he got thrown into the realm of darkness.
Okay.
So he's been in the realm of darkness ever since.
And he's not voiced by Christopher Lee.
No, but he sounds like he is.
Christopher Lee's presumably passed away by this point in 2019.
Potentially. I also just like to imagine that he's done with this shit.
Well, clearly he was done with this shit after Kingdom Hearts 2.
He was like, I'm not reading this dialogue anymore. I'm not doing another monologue.
They ask if Aqua plans to stay here, and she says how she can't shake the feeling that those waters touch another shore she's visited. Of course, referring to the Destiny Islands. She continues to answer, which I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. Destiny Islands kind of exists on like the edge of the realm of light.
Oh my god.
So the waters presumably are semi,
So,
not like physically like you can swim to the Dark Meridian, but like
That was my question. So if they completed their raft, they wouldn't be able to like just follow the waves
No.
into the Dark Meridian.
No.
Okay.
But, like, in a metaphorical sense.
Where the fuck were they getting to on a raft, by the way? Because now that we know that they
the main island. They were going home. They were going home for dinner. Sora's mom has been calling him for 6 days.
Yeah, we know this. The raft was pointless in the end. They didn't know where they were going.
Well, no, the raft was there so they could fight Ursula and then fall into the sleeping realms. She continues saying that she'll stay because she knows that someone will eventually come for her. And Ansem's like, well, these waters are the shore of dark and light. If they brought them together, he fully believes that they could bring somebody else to her. Some time passes when suddenly they are approached by Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Ooh, wow.
Who walks up and he's like, Master. And Ansem the Wise is like, Master, so you mock me. It's great.
This is the Ansem Seeker Darkness has been popping up and mocking Sora.
Yes. Okay.
So he's now here, and he questions Ansem the Wise about the experiments of the heart that Ansem the Wise made him stop. Now, amongst these test subjects was a girl who had lost her memory just as Ansem Seeker of Darkness had, or Terranor rather. He says, he knows that Ansem can reconstruct memories as he did with Sora, which I've put in notes, bitch nominated that, but all right. And that he believes that Ansem has seen these girls' memories, demanding to know where he put the girl.
Okay, who the fuck is the girl? Is it we talking Namine?
Theory craft away. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness demands...
We talking Namine?
We talking now?
So Ansem demands to know where the girl is, and he tries to kidnap Ansem the Wise to get his answer, but is stopped by Aqua. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness chuckles that he's come across a lost guardian of light, and tells her to wait for the king and his fool. He's like, ha ha ha, I found you. Everybody else could have had a very easy time finding you, but I guess I'll find you first, sure. Go wait for the king to fucking figure it out. He summons the dark figure, which punches Aqua in the gut, throws her into the water.
Poor Aquaman.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a shit time.
And he asks her where her Keyblade is, to which she responds that she doesn't need it and tries to fight him off with her fucking fists.
Awesome. Love it. Yes.
Her badassery, however, doesn't stop a demon who picks her up by the leg and yeets her into the water.
Yeah.
Ansem tells her to stop, saying that he'll go with him, but Aqua breaks free and tries to fight back. He blasts her with a ball of darkness, throwing her finally back into the water, which she sinks into and is engulfed in pure darkness.
So she's gone down to like another layer of darkness, basically.
So she's pretty fucked.
Okay.
So they don't want Aqua there as one of the 7.
I mean, presumably they do, but I mean, let's be honest, they've all been kind of acting like they're on their own agendas here with a very vaguely connected central agenda.
Yeah, because like I know that all Xehanort wants is for darkness and light to clash, 7, 13, etc., etc. But the problem there is that what if the 7 win? Does that matter? Like, if all the 7, I know there's like the clash and a Keyblade gets made and that's great, but like what if they just fucking cut down the 13 and kick their ass?
All matters they clash.
Right.
In that case...
So they just have to fight.
What if they don't fight?
Just bring 6 of them.
Then they're going to go after the Princesses of Light.
And then what if the princesses don't fight? Well, like, sure, man.
I mean,
I know that I am a princess, and I know that.
I mean, they're just gonna cut him down, man.
But okay. So the are you going to explain this? Is Xehanort's plan going to become more clear later? Is my question.
Yes,
that's fine. Okay, go ahead then, because I still have many questions about what the fuck he's trying to do here.
So next up, Sora chugs along to Arendelle. Frozen World. Need more Disney Pixar IPs.
Sure. Just for context for the listeners, I have been shown a scene from this game, which is the Let It Go scene, but just with Donald, Goofy, and Sora watching on.
Yeah. I think it's fucking class. I really like it.
It's horrible, but hysterical simultaneously.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
As impressive as it is that they very clearly were just given the files and added new models to the animation.
Man, you're the programmer, Nas, so yeah, I'm a lot easier impressed by this shit.
But yeah, so we land right at the moment when Arendelle, when Elsa is running away from the castle.
Cool.
So semi near the beginning of the movie. Again, just like with Tangled, it's literally almost shot for shot replicated. I have shown you Let It Go. I have shown you Do You Want to Build a Snowman? It is almost identical to the movie.
Yeah.
So, just sticking to the organization.
Cool. Would
you like to guess which organization member shows up?
I'm going to say that who haven't we seen in a while? I'm going to say, because we haven't seen her in a while, get the spray bottle ready. Monty?
Larkseen, baby!
She's back! Oh, you're so smart!
Oh, she's so hot, man. Like,
Really?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what I can't explain it to you. She's an animated character. She's not even particularly attractive as an animated character.
No, I agree
There's something
with you.
about it, man. Oh, yeah.
It's the step on you energy.
It absolutely is.
It's the step on you energy. So, Larkseen, she's back, baby. But of course, Chain of Memories character, Sora doesn't have a fucking clue who she is. To which she is so offended.
Well, why not? Because he is Roxas's memories.
Oh, yeah, they've merged. He has all of Roxas's memories now.
Shut up.
That was a very poignant
Shut up.
scene.
So, for some fucking reason, because, they needed something to do in this world, she suddenly creates like a labyrinth of ice and locks you in it. And that's literally half the gameplay in this world is you're in this weird labyrinth of ice. Has nothing to do with Frozen. Yeah.
Does she at least keep popping up and be
No.
like, woo?
No. She pops up again when you get out. So you get out, just in time to get, literally the shot-for-shot remake of Let It Go. This looks like it's a shot from the movie.
The picture you picked is like Elsa doing an Ayago face. What's the fucking word? Ayago? What's the fucking... where like she fucking cross her eyes and do like a hentai face.
I've shown the cold never bothers me anyway face. Which is not a Hayago. After that,
Stop looking at the screen, Monty.
Larkseen shows back up, saying how Elsa is probably a Princess of Light, and that so they need to no touchy, no Elsa, but they can't know for sure because look at that ice castle, that might be dark magic, and what's Elsa gonna accept, light or darkness? I'm sure I want to know.
You don't, because you don't need another dark member in your order, okay? She's begging that it's a light.
Well, yeah, because they want 7 princesses.
Imagine
in light.
Elsa in an organization robe.
Mate.
I love it.
Well, I already know that Larkseen's naked under there because the
Oh,
actual.
come on.
Shut up.
It's a fucking mantis antenna.
So,
She
anyway,
eats her
shut
mate.
up, anyway. Sora, of course, is all. Elsa would never rely on the darkness, but, like, literally, how the fuck do you know, Sora? You literally had 1 2-minute conversation with her before she ran away from you because you were too much. How do you know that?
Best way to describe Sora.
Are we friends?
Your only other reaction with her is stalking her up a mountain while she sang.
I'm having a Disney princess moment.
It's Olaf kicking about. He is, isn't
We'll
he?
get there.
Oh.
He is. We'll get there. But Larkseen says that it's all up to how she sees it and that she'll just need to accept her power, whether she chooses it to be light or darkness. They're just going to sit back and watch what she decides. Then she throws you off the top of the fucking mountain.
That's a theme.
Where-
That's a real theme, isn't
Where
it?
you meet Olaf and Anna and Kristoff and Sven.
Why did you do this? This picture?
Why did you do this?
Maybe.
Why did you do this?
Because it's a part about getting back Olaf's body parts.
It's because it's the horniest part of the game. Everyone is horny as fuck. Anna's horny, Sora's horny. Look at Donald Duck.
Speaking of crossed eyes.
Look at Sora just like dead-eyed stare at Olaf.
No, look at Donald's Bill is crossed looking at him. Oh.
Donald's like,
You're my type. So you meet up with them so you can continue the plot of the movie. Go back up to the top of the mountain. Anna monologues over top of Do You Want to Build a Snowman in the single worst auditory experience of my life.
Wait, so do you want to build a snowman?
Hello,
Me and my
elder sister. Yeah, it is literally like she talks, and they like didn't balance it so the audio of the song is quieter. They're at the same level. They're at
We
the
didn't have a problem with that, I noticed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, apparently they don't give a fuck.
Also, Sora must be freezing. He's wearing short trousers, like a little.
No. Remember, Sora has long pants in this game.
No, there's still a gap between his bottom of his trousers and his boots. I've checked.
They're capris. He's got his capris. So ultimately, you get to the end of the movie. Hans dies with a grand total of 0 voice lines. I guess they couldn't get his voice actor. Hans turns into a wolf for some reason. And then you break back out. Anna Elsa's love flaws her, and Larxene shows up to be like, hot damn, they're both princesses of light. Wow.
Oh, so we now have 3 total.
We have 3 now. So, yeah, so she's like, oh shit, 2 princesses of light. And then she's like, well, if you don't want us going princess happy, you better find your last guardian of light. But Sora's like, wait, bitch, but you're still missing one of the 13. We have times. And Larxene's like, nah, we're good. Ha ha ha. Dark Corridor, bye.
Wait, oh, they're one short of their 13.
Well, clearly not. Larxene just said they're not.
Yeah, they got like hundreds.
Why does Sora think they are? What?
Probably because the last time they were talking to him, they were still trying to use him as a vessel.
But they've seen he was in Triple D. He's seen all the various versions.
No,
Does
but
he
remember
not
in Triple D, they needed him to be the 13th vessel.
Right.
So he probably still assumes that.
This is true.
they don't
So
have
he
it.
doesn't know that old man Xehanort is running around? Or he does? He does know that old
he
man
knows that.
Oh, he knows that. So as far as he's concerned, they're one short, but they probably have a trick up their sleeve.
Well, Larxene's just told him, like, nah, we're good. We have 13. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah. So, next up, Sora goes back to Jensen's tower. Need a little break with our favorite wizard. Where
Is Merlin there?
they find Riku and Mickey just chilling.
Why? Go and find Aqua, you fucks! You've got one mission.
And I put a thing here saying, damn, remember when the whole plot of the games was where the fuck is Mickey and Riku? A very simpler time. They fill each other in, during which we learn that apparently Kairi hasn't actually passed down her power, so she's still a princess, which means that she's screwed either way, whether they go for the Guardians or they go for the princesses. Yeah. Kairi's just fucked no matter what.
Hey, that is legitimately a very solid way to introduce stakes. Because I know that we joke that we don't care about Kairi, but Kairi's at least someone that we know.
Love Kairi.
Like, we don't want her to die.
Kairi.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We were invested in her surviving, so like I get that rather than sacrificing all the princesses of heart that we don't care that much
So why
about.
hasn't she passed on her power?
That's a great question. It's not explained.
Okay.
This is literally the only line you get about it.
Will it get? Do you know the answer from future shit?
I don't.
Okay, interesting.
Sora mentions like, oh, by the way, we found Ven. He's in my tummy. But we need Aqua to tell us where his body is. And Sora's like, wait, darkness? And Jensen's like, bitch, where the fuck is your Deus Ex Machina? Go do more merchandising opportunities.
What? Okay, right. I'm still fascinated to learn how the fuck doing random Disney worlds is meant to wake up the power of waking.
Sora's not struggling in these worlds. He's as powerful as ever, presumably. Like,
and he's done this numerous times. If this was the way,
he keeps getting reset.
But like if this was the way to develop the power of waking, presumably he would have gotten it by the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 or by the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, or like he's done it so many times. Oh, fine, whatever. So, fuck Jensen again.
Meanwhile, and this is, pay attention here because this is probably one of the single most important scenes in the game. Back at the New Thrones in the desert, Marluxia and Larxene are chatting. She's like, why did Xehanort take us back? You know, obviously he knew that we were traitors before. And Marcia's like, it's no different than the power. They don't give a fuck. We're just convenient husks to hold Xehanort's baby batter.
Don't like that.
And Larxene's all, husks? Not me. You up for another coup? Bitch! Why are you here if you just want another coup? Why do you come back if you're just gonna coup it again?
Wait, but Larxene has yellow eyes. So she not already Norted?
And pointy ears. Why does she want it?
So she is Norted.
Yeah, but they don't like...
They do have free will.
Outside of Terran... Yeah, they have free will. They're just like... They have a piece of... They're like Horcruxes, I guess, kind of thing.
I get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's a sensible way to explain it to me.
I'm sure that Xehanort could take them over consciously if he wanted to, but that's a lot of effort. So he'll put a bit of baby powder in them, and then that's good.
Well, fuck yeah, Larcy. Coo away.
Stop talking about Xehanort's
Yeah,
sperm, please.
You consistently made him like grosser and grosser.
It was already
It was
bad
about-
enough when we had to snort him, and now he's coming inside us. Can we not?
It was the dream drop distance where it was like, Daddy's home, Daddy's got the milk and cigarettes. Listening to, you have no idea how much editing work I had to do to make that sound clean, and I had to listen to that phrase at least 100 times.
Oh no.
He is the grossest villain I've ever
Daddy
experienced.
Xehanort's baby batter. I don't like it.
Just because of you. You nasty boy. You nasty, nasty boy.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
So Larcy wants to fucking
Yeah,
usurp
so-
Xehanort, I guess. Sure.
Another voice chimes in, joking about how well that worked last time, zooming back to show Demix with his sitar.
I forgot about Demix.
Larkson gets all sassy about how useless he is and how incapable and unlikable and non-attractive, and how a cereal bowl would be a better vessel.
Not wrong.
To which he replies that he is extremely imposing when he wants to be, which is admittedly never, and I need you to remember that line.
Why, does he become imposing later? Because I don't remember that shit. Seriously? Okay.
Demix
Moving
reveals
on.
that
Yeah.
even though he came back, he's been actually benched in favor of a replica, so he's not one of the 13 vessels.
Oh.
He's a bench warmer.
He's just about.
He's a substitute.
Yeah,
He's in reserve.
Yeah, he's literally there in reserves. A replica, presumably.
That's got to
replica,
be
I guess.
really tough to hear.
Nah, look, he's going to be in action very soon because we know how bloodthirsty Sora is for organization blood, so...
Oh, excuse me. In
through the
favor of
bar.
in favor of a replica that hasn't been created yet. So they don't actually have 13. Larkstein lied to Sora. Oops.
Oh my god, wait, so he's a substitute for a position that hasn't been filled?
That must have been a tough conversation for Xehanort. We really appreciate everything you've done for the organization, but
So I'm
we're recruiting for a new role, and we feel like your skills might be best used elsewhere.
I mean, presumably he's still getting his full. Presumably he's still getting his full pay. So,
Yeah, you've got to imagine.
Yeah.
Xemnas then appears, saying to let the Guardians think that they have the 13, because they'll panic. He's like, don't worry, you fucked up, but they'll panic now, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, hold on. So they are one short, but they're not one short because they got Demix over here with his fucking sitar, but they're pretending that they do.
They're still encouraging the others.
To get as their full, what if they get their full 7 before they get
Oh
there?
shit, guys, we need to bring Demix in.
So,
Coach,
Wait,
let me in, coach, let me in.
Larkstein asks Xemnas why the dumbass is a member, and we get the exposition that the first 6 members of the original organization were all apprentices of Ansem the Wise. The 7th and 8th joined thereafter. 13th was Roxas, but 9 through 12. So he questions why did he choose 9 through 12, which is them.
Oh, they're the last 3, except for Roxas and... right?
Them as well as, one second, they were brought together for another purpose, because also Luxord.
Luxord.
Card guy.
Gambling.
Oh, Gambling Man. Gambling Man.
Yeah.
Sora lets live and then kills later.
So
Yeah.
Luxord appears asking if he means so they can rot away on the bottom rung, but Xemnas denies. Luxord says how unlike Demix, he...
For context, Neil, can you explain, please? You're better than this.
There's a subtitle on the screen, which is, who is it that's saying? Is it Marluxia that's saying? No, it's
obviously this is Larkstein.
This is Larkstein saying, you're into, what is this? Organization Rehash?
And Rehash has a capital R.
I mean, to be fair, if Luxord had been brought back, I'd be questioning my decisions.
So, Luxord says how unlike Demix, he wasn't actually benched and is fulfilling an important role. Larkstein asks if that role has anything to do with the stupid box that Xigbar claims is real but won't tell us anything about. And he's like, well, you'll need to ask Xigbar about that.
Xigbar's all about the box, it seems. He knows what the fuck's going
It
on
clearly
there.
seems that Xigbar's the one leading any of the organization's efforts after this box.
Interesting, okay.
Seemingly. The conversation moves back to Xemnas as he reveals that these four will reveal their greatest secret, the ancient Keyblade legacy that slumbers within them. All of them gasp except Marluxia, who scowls as Xehanort laughs into the black screen.
Wait, hold on. You four are going to reveal your greatest secret, the ancient Keyblade legacy that slumbers within you.
Yeah.
What? Wait, oh my god, are they the fucking, like, reincarnation of the foretellers?
Four of them. Keyblade legacy, there's 4 of them, 4 tellers.
Why did you...
There's 5 foretellers.
Shit. Well, I thought that was like but they're not really 5, and like one of them's a traitor, I guess. So like, one is a traitor, so fuck him. 4 tellers, 4 foretellers. 4 foretellers.
Why do you think I chose you for?
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. So they've got like, maybe like bits of the hearts of the old masters in them. That's my theory. That's my working theory. Sorry, continue.
To once again point out that he has played this game.
Yeah, and I don't remember this. At all.
He remembers nothing about these games.
I remember the final third, or how the final third made me feel. I felt nice. I felt good.
Black screen, Xemnas is laughing. Next world alert. Also, best looking world alert. What happened to the Uncanny Valley?
Oh no.
They look great now.
We get to be pirates
That's
again.
actually that's a shitty picture. They straight up almost look like real people now.
It's pretty
Except for
good.
Keira Knightley. I don't know what's happening with her face.
They look so good in this game.
So we're doing Pirates of the Caribbean 3 then.
Is that Dead Man's Chest?
No,
it's
Dead Man's
World
Chest
War's
is
End.
the second one, World War's End, but it must be because that's Pirate Queen Elizabeth, who's only in the third one.
It's still Davy Jones, man. It's still Davy
Yes.
Jones.
Also, look at that Keyblade.
Oh, it's
love
got a
it.
fucking thing. I fucking love pirates,
I
man.
know you do, buddy. It's one of my favorite things about you.
The newest that I watched all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like back to back.
There's
in, like,
only
a
one
week.
good one.
Did I tell you
And-
guys that there are hidden Mickeys in this game that you need to find out and take photos of with your smartphone?
Sorry, what?
There's hidden Mickeys. You need to go take photos of them with your smartphone.
That's a rock that looks like Mickey Mouse's head and ears.
There's a bunch of them. They're everywhere, and you go take pictures.
Just
of them.
in this world or in every world?
in every world.
What happens if you get them?
I'm pretty sure they unlock the secret reports for this game.
Right.
Okay,
Did you
next.
think there wouldn't be secret reports?
I am predicting at least 40.
Secret reports at the end of this.
So much needs to be explained.
So,
okay, so
what
we're
are we
pirates.
doing in
We're pirates. I also hate this world. It's the worst world in the game. Monty agrees with me on this because for some reason they suddenly decide halfway through that it's an open world with like 40 different islands, and you have Assassin's Creed, which to be fair, the Assassin's Creed boat mechanics are kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you sail a boat around the Caribbean, and there's like 40 different islands, and they all have like weird dungeons, and it's awful. It's so unnecessary. It's so long.
To clarify, because I don't know if are you going to get to what the main task, the main Disney task is on this world?
Yes.
Because I remember this. Okay, I won't spoil that. But yes, again, fucking love pirates. As someone who would love to just like sail around in the Pirates of the Caribbean world for a bit, this is monotonous as fuck. And I say this as somebody who A, likes these movies, and B, loves pirates. It is a lot. And the dungeons are not good. It's like go and collect a new fucking herb or a spell that's like
They're really
nothing.
bad.
It's shite.
It's really bad.
Bottom tier open
It
world.
really is,
I
yeah.
mean,
So what are we doing here?
anyhow. Oh, I did right. So this follows the plot of Pirates 3 at World's End, with Jack trying to get out of Davy Jones's locker. So some plot later.
That doesn't happen in the Caribbean, though.
Shut up.
Yeah, it happens in World's End.
Well, no, I mean, the game starts and we're in that sand place where there's the boat and the crabs and the.
Yeah, that's
World's End.
Yeah, so that's where it starts. But
Oh, right.
then we flip the boat
Yeah.
and then we come back to here. And then we're in the Caribbean.
Not to be confused with The World Ends With You, The End of the World. The World That Never Was.
Yeah.
The world is not enough.
Some movie plot later, Luxord and Vexen are on a pirate ship. Vexen's trying to find out how Davy Jones is capable of living.
Yeah,
You
why?
have a better way of...
Well, they're here because they've heard there's a box.
The box with Davy Jones's actual heart in it. Oh my god.
Is that, isn't it?
The physical beating scaly mollusk
Now
filled heart.
imagining.
Mickey's there going, I got a jar of dirt.
No, Mickey's head's gonna blow when he sees a real heart.
Oh my god, it is a real heart. You're right. There's real hearts within this world.
In one of his Disney properties.
Somebody did correct me on that in the comment that yes, there are. Because also, in Birth by Sleep, the queen tasks you with getting the physical organ heart of Snow White.
Oh, you did
So
tell us that.
there are real
You
hearts.
did mention that.
Yeah.
We just didn't pick up on that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
just dumb and drunk.
So Vexen is here, Mr. Replica, Creepy Eyes Man, and he wants to get a box.
Well, so Vexen specifically, Luxord is here because he's doing box tasks.
Right.
Vexen is tagged along because he wants to know how Davy Jones is capable of living without a heart, something that even his best replicas aren't able to do.
Right, interesting.
Okay.
So Vexen does though think that the secret is in that box and that he needs to know what's in it. Getting in an argument with Luxord, who says that their objective is only to retrieve the box, not to research it.
Cool.
More plot later, Luxord approaches Sora and tries to get the box off Jack. Which of course we have already learned. Obviously, it's Davy Jones's heart chest. Yada yada. Super useful for Vexen. Absolutely not what Luxord is looking for, but Luxord doesn't know that. So Luxord keeps trying to request the right of parley.
Does he actually?
Yeah, he straight up keeps trying to do this. He keeps trying to go about by the proper rules of pirates and yada yada. And you end up going to a boat race against him to Port Royal in a bet over if he wins, then Jack has to tell him where the box is. Sora questions if the box that Luxord is looking for is the same box Pete and Maleficent were after and engages in the boat race. And also there's some nice naval combat. It's good, fun stuff.
Question.
Yeah.
Disney Worlds, right? I know. We've got bigger fish to fry here, but I do.
Game one
Yeah,
questions.
I do have a question. So we are now on movie 3 of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now-
no.
no.
I can explain this.
No,
for
no,
you.
hold on. I want to ask my question
Okay,
first.
no, I know
So
what it is, and I can
the
explain
question
it.
is, in Kingdom Hearts 1, we went to the world, Port
Yeah.
Royal,
I can explain
and
this.
now in Kingdom Hearts 3, we've gone to the world, the Caribbean.
Jesus,
Wait.
leave this to me.
My question is
Leaving this to Neil.
do these franchises exist in the same globe, or is it different ones?
I was going to say it.
Go ahead.
It's very simple.
What?
There are 5 different worlds for every movie. they are all rewound after 2.5 hours. There are 5 different worlds.
No. Just Mickey occasionally gets bored of watching the same movie, so occasionally he'll switch to the VHS for that world.
Yeah, no, this is a different Jack Sparrow. This
There
is
are 5 Jack Sparrows?
in different worlds. Yeah,
Does Jack Sparrow recognize Sora? When
Because-
he's like, "Ooh, Sora."
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he absolutely recognizes Sora.
why would he
Molly's gone,
recognize?
you know?
Why would he recognize him? Even if it is the same world, they all
Yeah.
Because it's the same world!
They
But
get
the title card
rewound.
tells us differently. The title card says
They
it's the
just
Caribbean.
renamed it because now Better Engine can have bigger thing.
That's not.
It's like how why is Olympus not Olympus Coliseum? Because we can have more data in our
that's not my
game.
problem with it. My problem with it, he's
Fair.
been rewound.
That's the same
100
movie,
times.
though. It's the same movie. It's the same movie.
It's the same
Olympus.
reason why everybody else in all the worlds we've been to before recognize Sora.
It just they get rewound though.
So, stupidly, Jack ends up telling him where the box is.
Wait, do we win the race?
Yeah, but Jack tells him anyway. I think I think he gets tricked into it or something. I don't know. And he runs off to go. Well, you start having to look for crabs around Port Royal for reasons that I don't actually remember. And then Jack explodes and turns into crabs.
Wait, hold on. No, rewind.
Wait, that happens in World's End, not in the Caribbean in the movies.
We're in like. The
Well,
actual...
this happens in Port Royal in the game.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Wait, so was Jack Sparrow crabs the whole time?
Yeah, Jack Sparrow's crabs. or at least the one that was journeying with
I wonder
you.
how many other characters we've met have been crabs.
That's my question.
The actual
no.
one is still chilling with the sea witch lady over on, I think, whatever Barbossa's.
Is this... Wait, hold on. So you've introduced so many concepts to us.
Crabs.
We got light, darkness, data, and now crabs.
This is
a crab.
This is a This World exclusive plot.
Okay, so it's not like he's a data, they're all a data
No,
thing.
He's a crab.
crabs.
They're all crabs. Goofy's a
Have you not seen
crab.
this movie?
No, yeah, it happens like in the fucking ethereal plane of
That's what
World's
happens
End.
here. After this is the world. after this is when it unlocks the whole open world, multiple island shit, bullshit, yada yada. So eventually you find Luxor again, where Sora now says that there's no way it's the box he's looking for because now he knows it has Davy Jones' heart. But Luxor's like, well, no one actually knows what's in the box. If it's black, I'm gonna collect it. Simple as that. So how the fuck do you know that there's a heart in it? You don't know anything, you little shit boy.
I still can't believe they put any of this dialogue in a Disney game.
I really hope this is how
You
they
little
all
shit
talk.
boy.
This is how-
Verbatim, word for word, the dialogue.
Also, did you also like vaguely drunk in the Caribbean because you've also had a few ciders? You don't know anything, you little shit boy. You dick. I'm gonna yeet you out of
Why
here.
have you not been having ciders?
Is there
They've
a-
been on the
is
run.
there-
They've been on the run. Is there a mountain round here? I'm gonna eat you off it.
Where's the box?
So Sora asks, why'd they even be looking for a box that they don't know what's in? To which Luxor's like, well, the higher-ups didn't tell me. But
mysteries, man.
they did tell me that it contains hope.
What?
Ooh. And then he teleports away.
This does look phenomenal. Like,
It does.
Which is hysterical, because there's not like, if even fucking Lushu didn't know it was in the box way back in whatchamacallit, fucking nobody in the organization knows what's in this box.
Does Luxor take the opportunity to play the like Dead Man's Dice game that they all play? They seems like he'd be really into that. That's a big
Yeah.
plot point in Pirates of the Caribbean is this gambling game with dice chase.
He doesn't, but I feel like he'd love it.
Yeah.
He probably does that in his spare time while he's waiting for Sora to catch up. You're off collecting crabs.
does try to parlay again. He does try to parlay again while like the Kraken's attacking, and Jack's like, no, shut the fuck up, no parlay. Can you not see what the fuck's going on?
Luxor's got like a word of the day calendar. And
So
that's
do
the one
they
he
do they
clicked
not
to.
do none of the senior Organization 13 try and merge the Kraken with the Heartless as we've seen them do with other NPCs?
No, this is just the Kraken.
Yeah, it wouldn't be helpful for them to do that.
It's just the Kraken.
That'd be really
Okay.
fucking sick if they did that.
Yeah, it would be cool.
They did it with Chandelier.
because in this game you fight a big bird. You don't. You fight a big bird, Heartless. Because there's a big bird, Heartless.
You remember the big bird from the Pirates of the Caribbean? You remember?
I also think there's a Grim Reaper that you fight.
The Kraken's right there.
I don't know, man.
Stick a Heartless in Davy Jones. I don't give a fuck.
He's already Heartless. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, over on the boat where Jack has just found the chest, oh, no. So Luxor teleports away and appears right in front of Jack, who's like trying to sneak away with the Davy Jones chest, but Jack stink breaths him in the face, and Luxor falls off the ship and into the Kraken-infested whirlpool.
Oh, sorry, Luxor's dead.
Dead.
One Davy Jones fight later,
Wait, hold on. So is Luxor like... Okay, you're gonna...
Luxord's...
Drop
I mean,
it.
Luxord can teleport. Assumedly, he's not going to get eaten by a Kraken.
Oh, I get it. If I was dropping, I could do dark portals. I'd be like, whoop!
Yeah,
goodbye.
pretty much. One Davy Jones fight later, Jack has opened the box and is about to stab the heart inside when above, Vexen is musing to himself about how this is all they meant when they said heart. That's not a real heart. That's a organ heart. That's not the good heart.
Look at that picture. I don't want to rely too much on the pictures because I understand people do listen to this on Spotify, but the picture we have right now is Vexen, and it's like drenched in rain, like the color and the lighting and everything about this, and Vexen it's just so impressive.
Yeah, it looks really
Like it's incredible.
But yeah, so he's like, nah, Davy Jones probably has like a Kingdom Hearts heart. He just doesn't have an organ heart. So I don't care. I'm done here. Pirating done. We shift back to Axel in the time cube. Kairi shows out her new fit and hairdo. She's cut her hair. Oh my god. Short hair now. They chat about Roxas and Naminé coming back. During the convo, Axel mentions about how when he was younger, he met this weird kid that he became fast friends with. And when he met Roxas, he couldn't believe that they were identical.
Oh, so it's when he met
Because remember
Ven
he
back
met
in
Ven.
Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
yeah.
became fast friends.
Fast friends?
You met him for about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
at the
Yeah.
fountain.
But remember
And you told him he was a prick and challenged him to a fight that you lost.
Think
But
that's
they were
cool.
friends.
Look what I've got.
They were friends.
Oh, look, it's fine. Like, Axel's concept of friendship is
Yeah.
pretty skewed. So.
Yeah, it's
fine.
basically ice cream and fountains.
Yeah.
So, and he wonders if Ventus remembers him.
I love Axel.
so much.
At the same time as Axel and Kairi are chatting, also look at the adorable little like horns on Kairi's hood. I am obsessed with Kairi's outfit in this game. It's like my favorite outfit in the series, and I really want it.
I love that everybody kind of has organization robes but sleeveless, and I really appreciate that.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, I'm here for that. It's almost like the darkness-infused shit
They're
they've
very
had.
sleeveless this
Yeah.
game. I'm into it though.
Yeah.
So simultaneously at the same time, Miku and Riku and Mickey are back in the Dark Meridian fighting the Demon Tower again. This time with some sick new Keyblades. Of course, you've already seen Riku's car key, but now look, he's got like Mickey has one that's like half Kingdom Key, half
Yensid's key.
yes, which I think is called Starlight. I don't actually remember. I think it's called Starlight.
Can't
I
get
do
over
not
the car
remember what
key.
that one is called.
I can't get over
I
the
still-
car key.
I
He's
still-
just like
yeah.
he's getting into his massive Volkswagen.
The car key is one of my favorite ones in the game, but mainly for meme purposes.
Yeah.
Mainly for the meme of it.
The Kingdom Key.
Granted,
the Darkness Key, the
I don't
Dark
think
Key.
it's a bad design. I think that, I'd say that Riku is probably the most modern of the Keyblade wielders, so I think him having a much more modern key fits the aesthetic and his kind of character. But as with before, even with their sick new Keyblades, they are getting their shit absolutely wrecked. Demon Tower, very hard. Back in Twilight Town, Ansem Seeker of Darkness appears with Ansem the Wise in tow. The Twilight Town gang sees them and stalks them to the mansion.
Sure.
Yeah. Ansem stops looking at Namine's window, like creeping around the corner. Ansem stops looking up at Namine's window, and Seeker of Darkness tells him to make things right to all the children that he sacrificed and to give him the missing girl.
Can I ask a bit about this? So, I know sacrifice children has been a very broad term. I'd like to know, I was going to say I'd like to know specifics. I don't want to know specifics, right? But I would like to know, like, what he did. When
He ripped their hearts out.
Right.
I have
With
a
a key.
prediction for this game.
We don't know.
Right, okay.
He's not a Keyblade
I
wielder,
have a-
so probably not, but...
I have a little bit of a prediction, which is that there's a thing in this series where we have really dark stuff, but it sort of gets fixed in the end. Like, we have this awfully sad Roxa story, but he's basically going to come back in this game. Terribly sad Terra story, he's probably going to come back in this game. So I think that there will be some recompense, there will be some revenge, or not revenge, but the hearts of those children that were sacrificed will come back in some way to fuck up Ansem, or in some way, I think.
I like it.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I like it.
Mm.
Where was I?
No,
You're
fine,
good.
yeah.
So yeah, he's like, give me the girl. That's the only way that you can make it up to all the children that you sacrificed. Don't know how that computes, but sure.
Give me the child to make up for the children that I sacrificed.
But Ansem's like, I don't know where she is. And apparently, this specific girl's disappearance is why he stopped the experiments in the first place. So,
Without the Ansem reports, and I think this might be the first time officially, without the Ansem reports, this scene makes no sense.
correct.
Like, I don't remember this at all, but I'm looking at this as someone who never experienced the Ansem reports till now, and I'm like, I don't think this make any... Who's them? What did he do?
So,
What's the plan?
I was I was corrected on this in the comments, and thank you for correcting me on this. I said that the Ansem reports weren't added until the HD remakes. Only the last two or three were added in the HD remakes. Yeah. The rest of those were there, and you got them from beating the bosses.
Cool.
So, whilst it wasn't explicitly stated, they weren't hidden behind any walls. So, I feel like they feel like you should have just read them out of your menu.
Look, it's like, at this point, it's fine. I accept the Ansem reports. I hate them, but I accept them. But yeah, like this really is like maybe don't write this scene as mysteriously as you can. I think I personally could have done with Ansem be like, all those children I sacrificed by ripping out their hearts. If there is any reason that I still draw breath, it is to atone for what I did to those children who I sacrificed for ripping out their hearts. Like, I could have done with a little bit of on the nose.
Expected to have played everything
and to have read all the secret shit.
I went back
in the remake.
I went back recently and I bought Kingdom Hearts 3 again, this time for PC. And there was like a weird theater mode that I'm not sure if it was added in the DLC or something, but it had like, I'm pretty sure that it had essentially that summarized in a voiced cutscene.
Oh, Hugh, that's
I
fucking
think
cool if that's the case.
If I remember, not like it shows it, but like a narrator kind of talking over kind of thing.
That's totally cool though. Like, yeah,
I think
fill in the plot that you don't have to unlock through fighting secret bosses. Yes, please.
It definitely had that through other things. But anyhow, back to this. So this girl who's missing was the reason why he stopped his experiments. Seeker of Darkness, though, is like, bitch, shut up and stop trying to act like you're a good person, you know. You clearly didn't ever repent with the way that you fucking threw aside Roxas and Naminé. You know, you clearly didn't stop being a dick just because the girl went missing.
Fair point.
You kept experimenting, and it's like, damn, didn't think I'd be siding with Seeker of Darkness here, but okay. And he demands to be shown the data that Ansem is hiding there. From behind, the Twilight Gang hears the name Roxas, and they're like, oh my god, a Roxas!
This guy that we don't know!
This guy that we should know but don't! And they gear up to save Ansem, so they can learn more about Roxas. Ansem asks Seeker of Darkness what he plans for the girl, to which Seeker of Darkness reveals that the child's memory holds a mystery to unravel, one concerning the battle between light and darkness, that Seeker of Darkness believes is why Ansem stopped his research.
Sorry, Chase. Who is the girl? Are we meant to figure this out by now, or should we know this?
Theorycraft.
Right. So, but we're not. It's not.
It is not been. She's not been named.
Okay. You know this for sure, though.
I know who the girl is.
Cool. But we definitely. It's not something I've just glazed over.
You have not glazed over.
Okay,
That was
Naminé
no, because Naminé was created recently. Ansem and his experiments was a long time ago, relatively to our so it can't be Naminé.
Kyrie, maybe, because it's Kyrie time, presumably. We know that Kyrie was about as a kid during the time that Ansem was experimenting. Maybe he turned her into a princess of light. Maybe that's how she became one.
I fucking solved it. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
So the girl.
So he thinks that Ansem discovered this mystery about the battle between light and dark in this girl's memories, and that whatever revelation he got out of those memories is the actual reason he stopped his research. Not because she disappeared, but because whatever he discovered was too horrible to keep going, kind of thing.
Right.
Like it scared him, or
so there's something fucked in this girl's memories, apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
The Twilight kids take this moment to jump out. So they do this long enough for them to be able to go in, grab Ansem the Wise, and get him out of there. But not before Seeker of Darkness attacks Hainer, summoning the Dark Figure. But as he does, a number of dusks appear, the squiggly things. A number of dusks appear to surround Ansem and to protect Hainer.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
So we got skittery boys and squiggly boys. That's the best way to separate them.
Squiggly boys,
Cool.
yeah. And Mad Boys. Don't forget the Mad Boys.
Is that the
That's the unversed. The Mad Boys.
Skittery, squiggly, and mad. But it's weird that they're protecting Hainer of all people.
So and Ansem Seeker of Darkness actually sees this act as treason. So I didn't really bring this up much in Chain of Memories. And because, to be honest, it's not really mentioned too much in the remade cutscenes, but in the original game, Dusks have consciousness. Dusks are not like these, they're not like Heartless where they rely on instinct alone. They do have consciousness. It is just a lower level of that to the organization nobodies, to a point where they're probably just going to go along with whoever the stronger one is.
Yeah, so they have allegiance.
Exactly. They have an understanding of allegiance, but they do talk. Never very explicitly, but they seemingly talk to organization members and stuff, and are able to report and communicate and think for themselves and stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah. So Ansem's y'all are traitors. Y'all are traitors, bitch. So everybody escapes. And then they escape to the sewers of Twilight Town. Ansem the Wise recognizes the kids as the friends of Roxas, but before they can discuss Roxas, they're interrupted by Vexen, who appears, and who we learn is the one who was commanding the nobodies to go rescue them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vexen tells Ansem that he too wishes to atone for the experiments.
Shit.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Big reveal. He's not a complete mindless research dick.
Okay.
For some reason. Feels like a very 180, but...
It does, really, because he's already made the turn back to darkness in this game.
This feels like they did a very weird retcon mid-game on his character. And it's fine, because everything going forward, it feels like a retcon, but it feels like a retcon in a way that
So
still
now
explains why he was.
So
on
now
Black
we have a
History.
way to make our replicas.
Pretty much.
Hey, I'm here for it. It is just a bit weird because we've always seen Vexen as creep, baddie, don't like him.
I think it was never that he was inherently creep baddie. It was that he only cared about his research and he was going to go wherever allowed him to do his research.
I guess so. I just think the visual presentation of
Because
Vexen has portrayed him as a prick and a creep.
Well, yes, but not
And
inherently
weird.
aligned with the organization. Like, even when he was in the organization, it was very clearly why he wasn't working to their objectives. He was there for his research because they were letting him do his research.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
So I think that he'll just follow whoever's going to let him.
Look, at the end of the day, we've got a bunch of nobodies working for us. It's fine if Vexen joins the troop.
It's true.
You know, it's fine.
So,
They're not really villains at this point, are they? It's not like they took fucking, I don't know, Voldemort off the map and said he's a good guy now. Like, Vexen was never really a threat. Axel made him explode with a click of his fingers. It's fine. It's fine.
so you want to go back to Sora?
yes.
Yeah.
Sora? Would you
Where
like...
is he?
Nothing for you. Would you like to guess? Final Disney World time, by the way.
Wow.
Would you want to guess where we are?
Final Disney World. Okay, so we have done a lot of the new stuff. We have done
I don't know if you'll
couple of classics. It's not just Disney Town, is it?
It is not just Disney Town.
Okay. Is it a classic movie?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. We've done Ratatouille. We've done Cars. Is it Cars?
Is it Cars?
I would kill for a Cars. Could you imagine Sora as a car?
It'd be a racing game. It'd be fucking sweet.
That would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Nah, we are we're in San Fransokyo.
Oh, no way!
It's Big Hero 6.
I love Big Hero 6.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
Most of the world is Sora helping the Big Hero 6 team defeat the Heartless. So, turn on the fast forward to the VHS.
Great.
During one point, Sora is with the gang eating chocolate ice cream on top of the Bay Bridge.
Oh.
I
Can I have
know.
ice cream?
What is that? Disgusting.
We love our parallels that make us feel sick.
Well, of course, because he gets a memory of the correct ice cream flavor.
Oh, I'm warm inside. Just looking at Roxas and Co. Eat your sea salt ice cream, lads.
Oh, I really want sea salt ice cream, man.
I tried to find some.
make it
I
happen,
I tried to order some for this session so we could have sea salt ice
That's
cream.
adorable.
I
Cute.
guys, I couldn't.
Make it.
Yeah, I couldn't find a reputable UK source that would deliver it on time.
sad.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I've put Roxas once out.
Roxas wants out.
Roxas once out.
Let me spend time with my friends. I don't know what ice cream tastes like anymore.
So fast forward. We do literally pretty much the entire end of the world. By the way, I feel like this is vaguely relevant. The Baymax in this world is like a Baymax version 2. Because if you remember Baymax from the original game, from the original movie, I think he gets sucked into a portal.
Yeah.
And then he remakes Baymax at the end. This is the second Baymax.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's not defective. That's fine.
Well, it's going to be relevant in a second.
okay.
So, pretty much the end of the world. Sora is fighting the Microbots. They're approached by a new Roby with a painfully familiar voice. He lowers his hood, and it's... Do you want to guess?
Old Xehanort.
Yeah, I'll take old Xehanort. Yeah.
This is way too early for old Sora.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we could all time travel and none of it mattered.
Well, we can, but obviously he's going to be at the end. He's sitting in the Keyblade graveyard having a nap.
It's young Xehanort again. That's not cute.
No, it's a new
Medium
person.
Xehanort.
It's a new person.
Break.
Middle-aged Xehanort.
Zigbar.
It's Repliku!
Oh! The most useless man in all these games.
He's currently 0-6 and he's coming in for another fight.
So wait, no. So quick reminder here. Repliku is not the same Repliku as Chain of Memories. This is a brand new Repliku.
No, it is.
Oh, it is. He's got all the memories of Chain of Memories.
Yes, this is Chain of Memories.
Oh, okay.
But
Bear in
so-
mind,
but-
the one person we've seen in this series.
To have never won a fight, pretty much.
So-
It's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
this is Chain of Memories Repliku, but like removed from the timeline. So
Right.
he's been kind of plucked out of the timeline.
Before he became self-aware, in a sense.
Well, he's self-aware, but it's before he went like good, quote unquote.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's when he was still raging and thinking like, why am I not the real
most
Riku?
emoist of
So
all the emo boys.
after whatever happens to him in this game, he's going to get dropped back into his timeline to get his ass kicked one final time and then turn good.
Either that or he's dead, you know?
Or might be dead.
Anyway.
Sure.
Repliku has,
Paradox.
you know how Baymax has like those data chips?
Yeah.
And he has the fighty one that old Baymax had,
Of
and it's
course.
filled with darkness.
Oh, no.
Oh,
We can
no.
affect
Because
darkness,
data
we've
is
learned
darkness. And if the darkness chip is back, then Baymax version 1 must be around somewhere because he had the darkness chip.
this. Oh,
So basically, we know who our boss battle is. Is essentially where that, you know?
Dark Baymax, right?
Dark Baymax.
Yeah.
At some point, Riku finds Maleficent and Pete also snooping about. They talk the shit, and after Riku leaves, Pete asks if he's a friend, to which Maleficent... Because remember, Pete doesn't actually know Riku.
Of course. Yeah. He's never met him.
because Pete was... who knows what Pete was...
In jail, probably. And now he's seen 2 of them.
Yeah, Pete was in the Phantom Zone, so...
Yeah, he asks if he's a friend, to which Maleficent's like, yes, but I couldn't tell you from when. It's a time-traveling replica, we know this. So as far as obvious, Dark Riku shows up with Baymax version 1 kitted out in a spooky darkness armor. You fight, smack him down, hero fixes him, 2 Baymaxes hug him, world over.
Okay.
All the good Baymaxes. Yay. And that brings us to the end of the Disney worlds. And I think that... and this is halfway through my script for this game.
Listeners, I'm so sorry.
What we're going to do is, we are unfortunately going to have to take a break. I didn't want to do that, but then I also thought the Kingdom Hearts would be 3 videos. So, so yeah.
Summer chat.
Now, what I will promise is that if you are listening to this right now, even on the day of release, the next part 2, the next video, will be down in the description and will be down as the pinned comment. We're really sorry for doing it as a 2-parter. I know it's really annoying, but do you want a 7-hour video that you don't have timestamps for? It's a lot to sort out. So I think it might be easier if we break it down. Disney World's part 1, real plot part 2. Is that the best way to think about it?
Yeah, good shit. The good shit.
The good shit's coming. So thank you for listening.
Thank you all so much.
And
I love you all.
we will see you
Yeah.
in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.